back to the friendly confines of the cave here at Mingus Union High School. Got a good one for you here tonight as the Grand Canyon Region play gets underway. The Mingus Marauders hosting the Lee Williams Volunteers. Jackie Bessler along with you, Carson Sandoval off to my right. And interesting thing about these two particular teams, only names in the state, right?
Yeah, very original. Two original teams meeting tonight. You know, it's a great night for football. It's going to be 75 degrees right around kickoff, 9-mile-per-hour winds. It's finally starting to cool down now. Perfect football weather tonight.
Yep, it had quite a few people in the stands saying that it's almost fall-like weather, so it's feeling football, which is the fantastic thing, and it should be a wonderful matchup here tonight. The Mingus Marauders 0-3 as the Lee Williams Volunteers 3-0 coming into this game. So two squads going different directions, but there's something I love about Mingus Marauder fans, and I've talked to them, a lot of them this week, and everybody tells me this team should be 2-1. This team should be 2-1, and I agree. They're not giving up on the 2017 Marauders in any way, shape, or form.
No, I mean, if you look at the standings right now, Mingus is at number 17, 0-3 at number 17 in the state, and Lee Williams 3-0 at number 23 in the power ranking. So that just goes to show you how tough Mingus' schedule has been. Second toughest behind, get this, Jackie, Saguaro in 4A. I mean, that's a tough schedule.
That's saying a lot. Hey, we're going to talk about the Volunteers, tell you how they got their name. It's a unique one. It is a unique one. We'll tell you how they got their name when we get back for the Vinny's pregame report coming up after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
Welcome to the Vinny's Pizza pregame report. Call Vinny's now at 646-3333 and have pasta, subs, or a specialty pizza delivered right away. Don't forget the garlic knots and wings. Now let's head back live to the press box for Jackie and Carson.
Welcome to the Vinny's pregame report here from the cave in Mingus Union High School. And Carson Sandoval, Jackie Bessler along with you. It is a fantastic night. It's going to be a wonderful game as the Grand Canyon region gets underway. And before we went into last break, we were talking about how unusual the Volunteers is a name for a mascot, but has a lot of meaning to this team, and I respect it.
Yeah, Jackie, I'm going to go through the story right here. It's a unfortunate story. On July 5th, 1973, Kingman was the site of a catastrophic boiling liquid expanding vapor explosion which killed 11 volunteer firefighters. The explosion occurred following a fire that broke out as a propane was being transferred from a railroad car to a storage tank. The tank car was sitting on a spur in the hot sun that the Williams Energy Company leased from the Santa Fe Railroad. The car carried 33,000 gallons of propane, which was transferred to a storage tank 75 yards away. A leak was detected on one of the tanks. They were trying to fix the leak, and the gas ignited, and flames shot 70 to 80 feet into the air. I couldn't even imagine, being the guys right there in the middle of all that. Once people started seeing the flames and stuff, the fire department was on the scene quick. A 10-man squad of 75 Kingman volunteer firemen responded and began spraying the car with water. Now, the water won't put the propane out, but they didn't have anything to put the propane out. They were doing the best they could to try and control the flames, control the situation there. Unfortunately, they could not prevent the explosion. The tank exploded, huge explosion. It could be seen from miles away. It sent flames, right here it's saying up to 2,000 feet into the air. There were over 100 people injured. The Mojave General Hospital received 107 casualties from the explosion. And unfortunately, you had the 11 firefighters who passed away, volunteer firefighters trying to help out and protect the people of that community around them. And one of the firefighters who actually passed away is the father of the former fire chief here, and that was Mr. Casson. Yes. He and his son is now a current firefighter, Brady. William Casson, the father of the former chief, Mr. Casson here, passed away in that helping fight that fire.
So it's interesting that there's a connection here between Lee Williams and Mingus, and of course between Kingman and Cottonwood, and so it's only fitting that the Volunteers are in the Grand Canyon region with the Mingus Marauders here as we get into our pregame report, brought to you by Vinny's Pizza. Taking a look at the special, the Marauder special here. I love this one. The 2 spaghetti and meatball dinners, 2 salads, a dozen knots, $19.99. And if you go to Vinny's, not only are they going to have the game on the radio so you can eat and enjoy Mingus Marauder football while you are eating, but they're going to give you a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi to go along with it, going that direction. If you are coming out to the game, hey, please come out to the game. Fill the stands out here. Mingus wants to see these stands completely full. Bring your radio. We'll entertain you during the game. It'll be awesome. Speaking of entertaining, we have a lot more cheerleaders out here tonight of the little kind.
Yeah, they got the little, you call them the Mighty Mike cheerleaders out here with the cheerleaders from the high school. They had a camp this week that took place from the 11th to the 15th of September. They were practicing some moves out there. They were doing great, and now we get a treat at halftime. We get to watch them all perform together. I'm looking forward to it.
That is definitely on the agenda out here. Speaking of agenda, not here tonight, not next week, but 2 weeks from tonight is homecoming, and the Bradshaw Bears come to town, and we're going to get reassociated with the 1997 state champion Marauders, I understand.
Yeah, so they're going to be honored at halftime of the homecoming game against Bradshaw Mountain. If any of the any former 1997 Marauders are listening to this or watching this, you guys want to meet at 5:15 in the weight room before the game, and Coach and everybody will be up there to give you instructions on what to do. But come out to that. You don't want to miss that. You know, that team is legendary here in Cottonwood, and everybody, including my class, when we went through, we looked up to those guys, and there's a lot of great players on that team.
And in case any of the 1997 Marauders have forgotten where the weight room is, we will actually have an attendant out to escort you to the weight room. No, we'd love to see you and see you honored. So if you know somebody and they're not maybe too far out of way, you know, hey, pitch in to get the airline ticket back here to get them honored. Lee Williams coming in here tonight, 3-0, has done very well. In fact, a very interesting game last week against Kingman Academy, a 21-20 game. Apparently 2 lightning delays in that game, which, man, we had an injury delay against Cactus. We know how that just sets everything apart. But so far this year, they've been doing it mostly on the ground as the Volunteers coming into tonight's game. Not an awful lot in the passing game, as we'll look at some of those stats here. Herrera, the quarterback, 12 for 25, 236 yards, 4 touchdowns, only thrown 1 pick, by the way. Sturgill, 3 receptions, 97 yards, although they've thrown to 5 different receivers, 612 yards on the ground, 300 yards passing, and they have been able to move the ball. They beat Kingman. They beat Kingman Academy. So, you know, they've had some decent wins, but not quite the same strength as the Mingus Marauders' losses, if you will. Taking a look at Mingus coming in here tonight at 0-3. You know, they've got their work cut out for them. Zabala's 22 for 45, 282 yards, 1 touchdown. Those 4 interceptions, though, have loomed large in the games. Taylor, 10 receptions, 157 yards, 1 receiving, the only receiving touchdown for the Mingus Marauders, rushing 543 yards on the ground. Nelson has got 163 of them. Kelly with 285 yards, averaging almost 12 yards a carry and 4 TDs. And right now, Kelly has been the explosion option for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, Kelly's really carried this offensive team and the special teams, really. You know, Mingus, we're always looking for him to make a big play, and he's come through for us. Now we need just some other players to step up. Not saying that they haven't been there. We just, you know, a little more production from some other positions, and, you know, we can put a full game together and get that first win of the season. Excuse me.
In high school football, it really does come down to how many weapons do you have, because every team can stop 1 weapon. Some teams can stop 2. Some teams can stop 3 or 4. But when you got 5 or 6 weapons on the field, it is hard to stop all of them.
Yeah, and a key tonight will be, again, to keep the turnovers to a minimum. You don't want any, but, you know, you want to keep them to a minimum. We had the 1 costly interception last week. You know, if maybe we don't throw that interception, the game changes momentum. So we want to stay away from the turnovers and the penalties tonight.
Lee Williams coming here tonight, had 4 interceptions last week, unable to turn any of them into points. Coach was a little bit upset by that. I completely get that. We're going to take a break here in the Vinny's Pizza pregame report. When we come back, we're going to look at youth football this week in Mingus, other sports, what's going on, and so much more when we return to the cave at Mingus Union High School after this.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
Ed Sheeran.
What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, waiting for the Marauders to come out here as Vinny's Pizza's pregame report continues. And, of course, you can always remember at lunch a free soda with the purchase of 2 slices at Vinny's. And, of course, easy to find on the 89A bypass in Cottonwood. Vinny's Pizza, our proud pregame sponsor. And lots of things going on this week in Mingus Marauder sports, huh?
Yeah, on Saturday, September 16th, so tomorrow, volleyball will be at Estrella Foothills, and cross country will be at the Four Corner Invitational. And during next week, you know, if you're not doing anything, get out there, support your Mingus Marauder Athletics on Monday, September 18th. Golf, the girls' golf is at Alhambra. And on Tuesday, September 19th, volleyball is at Bradshaw, and boys golf and Flag and Bradshaw are all playing each other. And then rounding it out on Thursday, September 21st, the volleyball team will be at Prescott.
Lots of things going on with youth football, and it is fun to go out and watch the youth football from the Mighty Mite division all the way up through the primary majors division as the Mingus Marauders come out on the field, grabbing the flags, and away we go. The cannon is underway as the mighty Mingus Marauders take the field for tonight's action against the Lee Williams Volunteers. You never want to be the last guy coming out of the tunnel because that means that you're injured and can't play, right?
Yeah, come running out there with a little limp. I don't know. Maybe I would sit that out.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't be running.
Well, yeah. At least you didn't come out on crutches, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely better. If you can almost keep up with everybody, that means that you're almost back in. This week in youth football, of course, they play on Saturdays both away and home. Cottonwood Marauders in the Mighty Mite division playing the at PV Hitman. The Lobos will host the Prescott Valley Bears in the Mighty Mite division. In the Miners division, Cottonwood Bears will be on the road long one to the Page Coyotes. Cottonwood Cardinals will be hosting the Prescott Valley Bears, and Cottonwood Colts will be on the road to the Prescott Valley Hitmen. In the Majors division, the Cottonwood Lions, still undefeated, are at Prescott Valley to take on the Hitmen. Looking at the way these two squads work up last year, this squad from Lee Williams was 4-6 on the year, 32 was their rank. And the Mingus Marauders ended 6-4, number 14, the total ranking on the season, making playoffs, of course. And when these two squads matched up, it was 35-14, and Mingus kind of ran away with it early with a 28-7 lead at halftime. In fact, it was 35-7 after 3 quarters. Taking a look out on the field, we're going to rise and take a quick break here and enjoy our national anthem. Ashley Chase will be doing the national anthem here at Mingus Union High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right glad, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ashley Chase with our national anthem here. We are almost underway. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at captains getting ready for Grand Canyon Region action here at Mingus Union High School. We're back to the cave after this.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
This has been the Vinny's New York Chef Pizza pregame report. Call Vinny's now at 646-3333 for pickup or delivery and have delicious pasta, subs, or a specialty pizza ready to go by game time. Vinny's Pizza, located at 516 East Highway 89A in Cottonwood, or call them at 646-3333. We'll return for kickoff right after this.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, captains out on the field. It'll be Streck, it'll be Myers, Zaboda, and looking for that other number. Oh, it's going to be Ruiz from the offensive line. as the Mingus Marauders getting set, the captains out on the field. Last year, Mingus was able to dominate when these two squads matched up last season.
Yeah, Mingus held them to 93 total yards, only 23 rushing yards. Lee Williams only had 23 rushing yards last year. Mingus defense dominated the game, held them to 70 passing yards, really controlled the game. They're going to look out to go do the same thing tonight, keep their ground attack to a minimum, and Mingus, they're going to want to keep their ground attack going. Hopefully Kelly can carry over his success from last Friday. Offensive line, I was really impressed with the offensive line. They opened up some big holes for him. That hopefully they can come out and do the same thing again tonight.
Well, it looks like Lee Williams has won the toss, and it appears that the Mingus Marauders are going to get the ball first here in the first half. They will have deferred. Speaking of which, leading tacklers for the Mingus Marauders, no surprise, Kendrew Streck and Chaz Taylor leading the Mingus Marauders defensively in tackles. Interesting side note here for Lee Williams, Mike Bathauer, the junior, who is a major force for the Volunteers defensively, sprained his ankle on the final play of last week's game and will not be out there for his squad.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, watching last week's game, we know a thing or two about injuries, and they are an unfortunate part of this game. Hopefully he'll be able to bounce back and be there next week for his squad. Before we get to kickoff, I'd just like to go through a couple of last week's scores. Higley lost 42-14 to number 1 Saguaro. They're looking to bounce back tonight against Estrella Foothills. And Cactus Shadows upset by Prescott 35-25. That was a great game. And tonight, Prescott heads head-to-head. We're going to go to Cactus. The last week's game against us, they had 14 unanswered points in the fourth, and that really was the story of the game last week for the Mingus Marauders. But it's a new night. You put that in the past. A lot of season ahead of us, especially getting into this Grand Canyon region. Mingus has really got to step up and take advantage.
It'll be interesting with Cactus losing their starting quarterback, their backup quarterback, and their starting defensive end against the Mingus Marauders last week. Cactus Shadows has got to like their opportunities and their hopes matching up with them going into tonight's game. Speaking of which, we have got Kelly and Nelson back for the Mingus Marauders. The cannon goes off. The ball is up in the air, taken by the Marauders at the 12-yard line. Kelly looking for somewhere to go. Spins off a block, got away from one, couldn't get away from the second, keeps the pile moving, and a flag comes out from the near side judge. The ball goes across the 35. They're going to mark it just short of the 35, so it'll be interesting to see what the flag is right here at the end of the play.
Yeah, Tyler went to his patented spin move right there, almost broke the tackle. Good job of taking Tyler down in open field. As everyone knows, he is a tough man to bring down.
All right, the referees asking the Mingus Marauders, apparently it's going to be a sideline warning. Too many Mingus Marauders too anxious to get out on the field against the Volunteers and got into that white box. And that's where the referee wants to have all of his room. So the Mingus Marauders will start at the 35-yard line. Zabala throws to the far side, outside, wide open, and he's got a first down past the 50, across the 45-yard line. And very quickly, the Mingus Marauders, Chaz Taylor, picks up phenomenal yardage on the first play of the game.
Yeah, he was Chaz going against number 8, Hunter Sturgill, on the right side of the field. At the end of his back pedal, he kind of fell down and gave Taylor that open field to catch the ball and get the first down.
28 yards on the first pass play of the game. Mingus will run, bouncing it to the outside and then getting caught hard and tossed to the ground. It's Tyler Kelly after a short gain of 1.
Yeah, that was number 50. Cale Jules, senior. They got him listed as 5'11", 205 pounds. He looks like he might weigh a little bit more than that. Just a man's tackle right there.
An angry man's tackle. How about that? Mingus in a wing, sends Nelson into motion. He'll get the ball. He'll find a hole and cut it up. Trying to stretch it out. He'll pick up 7 and get down to the 35-yard line. of the Volunteers. Mingus out here in the red, Volunteers in the white. Mingus going from right to left across your radio dial.
Yeah, the Marauders getting the plays in quick, going to a tempo's much faster than the last 2 weeks.
3rd and 2 from the 35. Zabala, a quick throw. It comes out to Taylor. Taylor trying to get to the outside. The stiff arm gets him the first down to about the 25-yard line. That'll move the markers and give him another 10 receiving yards.
I really like that play call from Coach Young there. Mixing up with 2 passes, 2 runs, keeping this Lee Williams defense on their toes to start the game.
Lee Williams gave up 307 passing yards last week. Man in motion, and Tyler Kelly with a huge hole, and he'll fight his way inside the 10-yard line as he will rumble and stumble for another 21. And Mingus has moved the field into the red zone quickly, now at the 9-yard line.
A real sense of urgency for this Mingus offense. You know, they're not happy starting out 0-3.
Man in motion is Nelson. He'll get the ball following his blocks to the right-hand side. He'll get some tough yards. Give him 4 down to the 5-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and goal from about the 5.
That was Jules for Lee Williams on the tackle again. Touchdown-saving tackle at that. Looked like there was some openings for Nelson to get through, but came across the field and planted Nelson into the ground.
2 backs in the backfield. You got Kelly and Blenar. As Kelly gets it, runs directly into one of the Volunteers, and they kind of met each other violently.
Yeah.
A 1-yard gain, and that brings up a 3rd and goal from about the 4.
Yep, and Tyler will have to come off the field. His helmet popped off. That seems like a weekly thing for him, but you can expect it with how hard he runs the ball.
No doubts. Quarterback sends one man in motion, pitch to the near side, looking to get to the corner and finding the end zone. Mingus scores. And Nelson finds the end zone from 3 yards out and puts the Mingus Marauders on top 6-0 with 9:05 left to go. Great blocking downfield. Had some fantastic blocks and able to outrun the safety to the corner.
Yeah, Chaz Taylor out on the left side, had a great seal block. Just spraying it open for the touchdown and going for 2 here, and flag on the play. Had a funky formation set up out there. We had the whole line to the left, direct snap to Zabala, and Zabala throws it to Streck, who
Streck was in the end zone.
Yeah, he was in the end zone. It was completed, but we're going to have to see what this flag is.
And it looks like they're going to mark it off, and it'll be a 5-yard illegal procedure. But Mingus will have another shot at the 2-point conversion here, except it will now be an 8-yard conversion. There's the snap. Zabala looking for somewhere to go. Fires in, trying to split 2 Volunteers. And out comes the flag intended for Chaz Taylor on the quick slant, and he was sandwiched between 2 defenders.
Yeah, Zabala tried to squeeze it into a tight window there. It'd be interesting to see what this call is.
Pass interference is going to be the call. And so the ball was at the 8, so now do they put the ball at the 4 and Mingus gets another shot at it, or is it no good and Mingus gets the penalty yards on the kickoff? I'm thinking they're going to walk it off and give Mingus another shot at the 2-point conversion. So Mingus gets to roll the dice for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
Next shooter.
Yeah, this is the longest extra point of the year.
No kidding. Mingus comes out in a normal formation now, puts a man in motion, and out come the flags. At some point, now wait a second. Chaz Taylor is clapping his hands, which might mean it might be going against the Volunteers.
We're going to get to the end of this play sooner or later, Jackie.
Before 10 o'clock? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've had a 4-yard penalty and a 2-yard penalty, and now the 2-point conversion is from the 2. That was following a 5-yard penalty against Mingus, who comes out in a normal formation, and Zabala's going to just lunge forward, and they say no good on the quarterback keeper, so they got it to the 2, and Zabala couldn't get the nose over, so no good on the conversion attempt. Mingus still has the lead, though. 9:05 left to go first quarter. Mingus on top, 6-0. We're back after this.
Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Rodriguez will kick off for the Mingus Marauders and puts a boot in it, going into the wind. It's going to be short, taking it about the 10-yard line, far side, looking for somewhere to go, trying to get to the outside and get swung out of bounds. And on the carry, number 3, Streck with the tackle. And Giglio, Paul Giglio, one of the starting receivers and free safety, and probably going to see him in the backfield with the return, gets the ball to the 26-yard line, and the Volunteers will start from there.
Yeah, Giglio, a senior on this Lee Williams team. He's got 28 carries for a total of 227 yards on the year with an average of 8.1 yards a carry.
I remember that young man from last year. Spread, 2 receivers, empty backfield, 3 receivers on the near side, and the Volunteers show throw to start, and the quarterback's going to keep it run right at the middle, and ball's out.
Ball's out, yeah.
And the ball popped out, and we'll see who has the ball. And it's going to be recovered by the Volunteers. So the quarterback, who is Andrew Herrera, runs the ball up, gets 6 yards, ball pops out, and a fumble recovery for another 2. I think I'm going to give him the full 8. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say that ball, it looked like he was down, and then all of a sudden that ball just pops out of the pile.
Spread formation once again. Quarterback might be the only running threat at this particular point, and he is. He's going straight up the middle. Mingus, a great push by the offensive line, gets the first down and more as they get up to the 40-yard line, so another 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Herrera, a real lanky guy back there at quarterback. He's all legs looking at him from up here.
But he runs fearless right behind that offensive line, which is led by the center, Mike Shaw, a senior, 5'11", 185, so an undersized center. And in shotgun again, quarterback rolling to the near side, looking to throw. No, he's going to run. Was captured and then finally taken down. Nelson gets the first sack of the game for the Mingus Marauders, a 4-yard sack for Nelson.
Nelson keeping the pursuit on him. It looked like Herrera might have been able to escape, but Nelson's, great footwork, actually, kind of dancing around with him, able to bring him down for the sack.
Nelson can dance with the best of them.
Yeah.
He breaks down really well when he gets into the backfield.
I know he's looking forward to homecoming.
Yes. An offset eye kind of formation as they're overloaded on the near side, and they run it through the middle, and it was cutting through the defense to make the tackle out there. Is going to be Streck, and did a great job, a short gain of about 3. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 11 for the Volunteers from their own 39-yard line. Still underway in first quarter, coming up on 6:55 left to go. Mingus leading by a score of 6-0.
Yeah, interested to see what Coach Dixon dials up here on 3rd and long. I think he's going to bring the pressure.
Spread formation, one back in the backfield. Quarterback's looking to throws downfield, has a man, and some incidental contact downfield as the intended receiver was their Hunter Sturgill, one of their leading receivers out there, but it's going to bring up 4th and 11. Mingus looking to get the ball back.
Yeah, I was looking at the ref on the far side to see if he was going to throw that flag or not. To me, it looked like the ball was maybe uncatchable. Maybe that's why he kept the flag in his pocket on that incidental contact.
Chaz Taylor back for the Mingus Marauders, looking for a punt that he can return, and it's booted. It's high. It's somewhat short, and he's going to stay away from it. It's going to take a Volunteers bounce and get away from that ball, young man. Down to about the 22-yard line, and we'll take a quick break. Return with a 6-0 lead. Mingus has got the ball. We're back after this.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, first play, and Streck on the outside. Quick shooter picks up 16 yards as Kendrew goes out wide. Mingus now sends a man in motion, pitch to the near side. It's Nelson looking for a place to go, trying to cut up underneath blocks. Got hit hard, but had the courage to get his helmet down and in there and get the Shodom pads down. Picks up 6 on the run. Mingus has got 2nd and 4 from their own 46.
Yeah, I'd like to point out a great seal block on the outside here from number 38. That's Nick Bessler. You might know that guy.
That is my father's grandson. Zabala's going to keep it. He's got a man to the outside. He'll pitch it at the last second, and wandering past the 40, and the pitch worked well. Zabala held that one literally as long as he possibly could.
Yeah, just an awesome pitch from Zabala, just waiting for the, like you said, the last possible second, and he took a good hit, but you know, sacrificing the body for the team, it's what it's all about.
Great pitch right at the last second out there. And the Mingus Marauders putting together a drive inside the 35-yard line, inside a handoff, and rumbling and stumbling down the field for a great first down gain.
That was
that's going to be Colby Fanning, number 14 out there, his first carry of the game.
Yep, running hard too. Nice to see those legs pumping in the pile, keep it moving. That's what those squats are for in the weight room.
Amen. 2nd and 2 for the Mingus Marauders, and Zabala's going to throw. He's got Chaz Taylor on the near side, breaks the tackle in, finds his block and into the end zone. No flags on the field. Mingus, a 26-yard touchdown pass. Zabala to Taylor.
Yeah, good pass from Zabala. Taylor catches it, makes a man miss, and then gets a excellent block downfield from Nelson, who never gave up on the play.
Mingus going for 2, trying to find the corner, and does not work. Mingus Marauders giving up on the kicking game, if you will. Yeah. And Fanning had the opportunity to try to bounce that one to the outside, couldn't get it. We'll take a break with him. Mingus leads by a dozen, 12-0 first quarter, 4:35 left at Mingus Union High School. And we'll be back right after this.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Right back, kickoff by Rodriguez, takes it down to about the 4-yard line. The Volunteers trying to cut to the near side, and Paul Giglio is tackled out there by,
Yep, that's number 23.
Cole Phelps gets the tackle, getting an opportunity on special teams, and the Volunteers will start at the 25-yard line. He just nipped him enough, didn't he?
Yeah, all you got to do is just get a hand on those shoestrings, and you'd be surprised with, all it takes is just maybe a fingertip to just disrupt the timing, and down you go right on your face mask. Those are the ones you get heckled on it in films the next day.
Yeah, I know, but you got to be brave enough to put your fingertip in there because you might not get it back.
Yeah.
I formation, kind of an offset I formation for the quarterback for the Volunteers. He's going to hand it off, and Mingus chews it up in the backfield very quickly. A flood of Marauders on Tyler Miner.
Yeah, that was Streck back there to make first contact. Didn't bring him down, but slowed him up for the rest of the gang to come in there and finish up the job.
2nd and 12. The ball at the 23-yard line of the Volunteers. A little better than 4 minutes left to go. Mingus leading 12-0 as the Grand Canyon region play gets underway. They're going to go 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side, 1 back in the backfield, trying to spread out the Marauder defense. There's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. He's going to roll to the far side. Stop. Pops. Downfield. Has a man overrunning the Mingus Marauders and still on his feet down to the 40-yard line of Mingus. A huge catch out there, and that is a big man, the tight end.
Big, maybe gigantic. That's number 88, Edmund Ashton. He caught the ball at about the 45-yard line of Lee Williams and carried a group of about 5 Marauders across midfield down to Mingus's 41.
He is 6'3" and 200 pounds. That's one big boy out there for the Volunteers. 2 backs in the backfield. Quarterback looking to throw. And now he's scampering away.
Oh.
Was sacked. Got away from it. Coming to the near side. Finds an open receiver and he drops it. You go through all that hassle and your receiver, Julius, Cade Julius, ends up dropping it, and he was wide open on the near side. That play just took too long.
Not only was he wide open, if he catches that, he's got a ton of green grass in front of him, possibly because he scored a touchdown. You know, it's tough for the defensive backs to stay with the receiver for that long. Got to give credit to the quarterback keeping that play alive. Thought for sure he was going to get tackled for a loss of at least 8 or 10.
No kidding. 1 receiver to either side here for the Volunteers with 2nd and 10 from the Mingus Marauder 41. They will hand off, trying to get up the middle. He gets swept away by the Sea of Red, and Mingus converges quickly on Giglio as he gets one of his first carries of the game.
Marauders are definitely winning the line of scrimmage, the battle at the line of scrimmage so far this game. They're getting great push up front from their nose guard and their tackles, which just opens up lanes for the linebackers to just come up and stick the running backs.
Down 12-0, 2.5 minutes left to go, first quarter. You wonder if this is 4th down potential territory for the Volunteers. 3 receivers to the near side. Quarterback looking to throw. He's got a little time now. He's under pressure. He's got to skip back to the other side. Looking for a receiver. Throws the ball downfield and had to get rid of the ball a little quickly as Chaz Taylor came up and pressured. That's going to make it 4th and 10 from the Mingus Marauder 41.
Yeah, now they're in that situation that you were saying. Is this 4 down territory? Are they going to punt? Are they going to just maybe try and take a shot at the end zone? You know, if it's caught, great for them. If it's intercepted, it works just like a punt. Maybe they quick kick it.
Well, they come out. Their kicker is actually one of their offensive linemen. They come out in a pass formation and move. Yep. And on the line, and he did a great job, was Cameron Ott. He's a junior.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of leaned back and picked up the penalty and then just started pointing to his offensive line like he was telling them where to go as he was trying to readjust, right?
Yeah. And this is going to make the call a lot more easier for the Volunteers. Looks like they are in punt formation. Taylor back at his own 10. And then see if they got an opportunity for a return here.
Well, that's going to be number 6 who is punting, which is Cody Faring. I've seen another number punting from them, and he gets a punt off, and it comes to the near side and takes a nice bounce for the Volunteers inside the 10, rolling down inside the 5, and they're going to down it and blow on it and finally get it down to the 3.
Yeah, a little coffin corner from Cody Farron right there. You know, for all you guys familiar with the Madden video games, that used to be, you know, you do the mini camps. I don't know how often you played Madden, Jackie, but, you know, you had a game, you get your punter, you practice putting the ball right in the corner, right by the pylon, getting out of bounds. That's exactly what he did right there.
Play Madden? I watched Madden. Are you kidding me?
You know, you win.
Yeah,
you win.
I'm in a different era.
Yeah.
2:07 left to go. Mingus gets the ball back deep in their own territory at their 3. They put a man in motion. They will hand off. Here comes Tyler Kelly. Gets spun around, avoids a tackle, takes out a couple of Volunteers, And he becomes the volunteer coordinator as he gets 9 on his first carry here and gives the Mingus Marauders some distance, some room from that end zone.
That's a classic Tyler Kelly run right there, not ever getting brought down to the ground. You know, he does that a lot. He'll fight it off and still be standing up on the sidelines after the run.
He's got that attitude, I'm not down until I'm down. Handoff comes to Nelson. Nelson fights through. He shimmies through a small hole, but it was big enough for a first down.
Yep, he got skinny.
Getting skinny.
Slid right through that hole, picks up the first down. Good job for Mingus getting out, giving themselves some space to work with, getting off their goal line. You know, you always feel more comfortable when you're not inside your own 5-yard line. You know, get that ball out to about the 15, 20 and give your quarterback some room to work with.
Mingus comes out. They got the short side of the field here, and they send a man in motion. They're going to run up the middle, and breaking a tackle, of course, is Kelly. Kelly gets across the 20 to about the 22. Give him 6 on the carry, and he gets some rough yards out there, and Bessler picks him up, pops him back up, and says, get back there.
Yep, we'll need it again.
Mingus controlling the clock in this one.
Yeah.
Approaching 1 minute left to go here in the first quarter, leading 12-0. The wind has died down. Old Glory barely waving out here. Tight formation, Nelson in motion, and Zabala keeps it. Pitches very late out to Nelson, and he's going to lose a couple. Great pursuit by the Volunteers. I think they brought everybody, including the JV.
Yeah, they were fooled on that play last time Mingus had the ball going down the field. Great job of your DB and your outside linebacker playing their rules. One man's got the quarterback, the other man's got the pitch man, and they followed those rules and ended up being a great play for them.
3 receivers to the far side. Zabala looks to throw, throws it. Nelson one-handed catch on the far side, and he's going to make Zabala go 4 for 4 here in the first quarter. He gets the ball past the 30, moves the chains, actually up to the 28, but a great one-handed catch, and then he knows where the marker is, picks up an extra 2, and that's about all he needed.
Yeah, that was a big third down right there. That's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. You're backed up in your own territory. If you don't get that, you obviously got a punt right there. Now the drive keeps going.
7 yards, and Mingus runs it near side, finding a hole, and off to the races goes Nelson. Gets a block and down the sideline. He's going to take on some blockers and will get pushed out of bounds. 2 flags, though, at about the 46 and the 48-yard line, so I'm going to say the foul took place at the 47. Yep, no, 46.
That looks like the 53 to me, Jackie.
Yeah.
Actually,
it'd be the 54, wouldn't it?
Yeah. They're going to get Chaz Taylor with a block in the back here on the outside. He was, as a wide receiver out here on the corner, you're in a tough position. Say you're blocking this guy out here, and all he does is turn his back, and you happen to be pushing him at the same time he turns his back. They're going to call you on that. Really, you're in a no-win situation right there.
Well, with the gain on the play and where the foul took place, which I love it, is way downfield. So Mingus, after the 10-yard penalty, still has an 8-yard gain. So it'll bring up 1st and 2 now for the Mingus Marauders.
You don't get many of those.
No.
Now this is right here where you can dig deep in your playbook and maybe a little trick play or something.
Send a man in motion. Pitch goes out. Kelly looking for a block. Gets to the outside. There goes the afterburner. Turns on the brake. Spins. Gets caught from behind across midfield, almost down to the 40 of the Volunteers. First down. Ooh, another flag out there. 2 yards down from the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a hold against the Mingus Marauders. That's going to bring it back. And that'll might be the last play of the first quarter here. So Tyler Kelly, if it would have stood, I don't think that's good English, would have had a 20-yard run. But they're going to...
If it stands?
If it stands, there we go. If it were to stand,
okay.
If it ever could have, would have, should have stood, I don't know. I'm making this up at this point.
Put the Dr. Seuss book down. Let's get back to football here.
1 fish, 2 fish, blue fish. Okay, so they're going to mark the ball off 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which means we've done all of this and it's 1st and 10. But I think it's the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't know if the refs have noticed that. It looks like they are now.
And we're going to see if they're going to actually let him run a play with the flag, whether or not the flag stopped the clock with any time left on the clock, or if we're just going to go right into the second quarter and keep going the same way.
Hey, no time on the clock. Let's play it.
Well, Mingus gets a free offensive play. Zabala's going to the air, throws downfield, a little bit high for Taylor, and no good. That'll make it 2nd and 10. And maybe we're going to take now it's going to be the end of the first quarter. How about that? Okay, end of the first quarter, the Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard shows Mingus on top in the Grand Canyon Region opener for him, 12-0. We're back after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
We had 2 streaks in. One of them, Zabala, was 5 for 5 until the end of the first quarter with the incomplete pass. The other one went a little longer.
Yeah, I'll let you know what that is right after this play.
All right, Zabala under center. He's going to take the snap, shows the ball, keeps it himself, tries the middle, and scurries for 2.
So for all you baseball fans out there, I know there's a lot of them. The Cleveland Indians win streak of 22 ends tonight against the Kansas City Royals. They win it 4-3, but 22 games in a row. That's over 3 weeks without losing. And in baseball, that is incredible.
Unbelievable. American League record, all baseball record. Zabala puts the ball up. He's got a man downfield in stride. There go the Marauders. He's at the 20. He's at the 10 and tackled just outside the 5. Chaz Taylor with a gorgeous, I'm going to catch up to that ball, and he changes the field on the Mingus Marauders.
I mean, that's picture perfect. Zabala just puts the perfect amount of air underneath it. You know, it's just falls right into Taylor's hands. Credit Taylor for running that thing down, though. Just great all-around play, beautiful pass play, great protection from the offensive line. Now let's see if Mingus can punch it in the end zone.
57 yards on the reception. He's going to start his own streak all over again. There's the snap. It's a run to the near side. He's got a lane to the end zone, and touchdown.
Touchdown, Mingus. Excellent block outside from number 38, Nick Bessler. You know, just opening up a huge hole for the Mingus touchdown right there. Now we'll get to the extra point. We'll see if we see a kicker. We haven't seen one yet on the extra points. Looks like Coach Young has taken a play out of the Higley playbook and going with the odd formation for the extra point. You know, so you set the line up to the left. You got the snapper and a guy in the slot on the ball, but it looks like they're going to go a traditional wing T formation here. Excuse me, trips to the right.
And the pitch is not going to get into the end zone, so Mingus is unsuccessful on 3 two-point conversion attempts with 11 minutes left to go, though Mingus leads 18-0. We're back after this.
whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Well, Mingus has found the end zone 3 times and has not found the 2-point conversion yet here tonight. Rodriguez kicking off from the near sideline, going from left to right across your dial. He kicks it deep down to about the 8-yard line. Giglio with the ball, trying the middle, and a block. He frees him up just a little bit, and he squirts forward to about the 23-yard line, and the Volunteers will start right there.
Yeah, that was number 22, putting a good hit on Link, who was flying down the field to make the tackle, and put a good shoulder pad into him and sprang his return man for some good yardage.
Mingus 118 yards on the ground, 146 yards in the air so far, and we are just better than 13 minutes into the game here. Second quarter, 10:52. So here come the Volunteers. Herrera back for quarterback. He's got 3 receivers to the far side, 1 in the backfield with him, and he's going to run. He's got nowhere to go. Nope. There was a red wall right there, and a great stand for the Mingus Marauders. And Chaz Taylor is down on the field, and
that's not good.
He's having a little trouble getting back up.
Yeah, I can't tell. He's laying on his side right now, unsure what's hurting. We hope he will be okay. That Chaz is a huge part of this Mingus team. We got the trainers running out right now to see if he's okay.
So the Mingus Marauders are going to take a look at him as he's rolled over to his back. And we're going to give him some privacy out there. We're going to take a break here from Mingus Union High School and pray for the young man to pop right up. We'll be back after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
Chaz Taylor is up as his team comes out, and he is gingerly walking off the field here for the Mingus Marauders. And it appears to be the right leg that he seems to be limping on a little bit here, and we're going to see what kind of medical care he's going to get here on the sideline. Line of scrimmage, 23-yard line. Volunteers with the ball going from right to left here. We'll see if with Chaz Taylor out, if the Volunteers look to put the ball in the air. No man in the backfield. Quarterback's looking to run. Finds a lane. Far side. Great run. He picks up 8 and just darted up the middle. There was no intention to throw the ball.
No, you would think in that formation there, and that's usually a passing formation. So far, when they've lined up in that, quarterback's just taken off right up the gut. And, he's had success so far.
3rd and 2, ball just across the Volunteers' 30-yard line. Quarterback's back again. They're going to spread out the Marauders one more time. There's the snap. He's going to try to find a hole. Mingus converges this time. Able to get him in the backfield, a slight loss. As Streck is out there for the Mingus Marauders, as well as, Ethan Hayden out there. Call him Sedona, 4th and 2.
Well, hopefully we're looking down here at Chaz. He's kind of covered up by some personnel down there, medical personnel. After what we witnessed last week, you kind of hold your breath whenever anybody's down on the ground like that.
Amen. Amen. 3 Cactus Cobras injured last week in the game, and we certainly wish them well. They were crucial.
Yep.
Punter comes out, puts the ball up, short punt, far side. It's going to land on the near side, and it takes a Mingus Marauder bounce and comes back down to about the 42-yard line. So it ends up being a net 10-yard punt for the Volunteers, and Mingus will have the ball to start in volunteer territory.
Yeah, that thing landed at about midfield and then bounced back almost 10 yards. Lands at the 41. Fortunate for Mingus right there. And we'll run out for their offensive series here. And looking to put more points on the board, extend this lead.
41-yard line, one receiver to the near side, one to the far side. Kind of a spread situation here. And the Volunteers jumped that big nose guard. Number 62 came across and kind of clashed helmets out there. That's Addis Guzman.
Yeah, good thing he didn't make contact with our center there. He is a big boy. Could have done some damage.
So Mingus will start with a 1st and 5. We'll see if it changes the play, and it is a run play, trying to cut it up under the middle and tripped up. Not getting too far is Nelson, and they're going to give him no gain on the play.
Yeah, not sure if he tripped on a defender or one of his linemen. Usually don't see him go down like that. I always hated when that happened. I remember on a return once I had a touchdown and I just tripped.
Stupid grass. And they're going to run up middle this time, and Kelly is met at the line of scrimmage. He'll gain maybe 1 on inches, and looks like the Volunteers are going to bring everybody. Yeah. And I think they're lining up with 13 in the box. Can you still do that?
Yeah. I know Mingus has marched the ball on this Lee Williams defense, but Lee Williams has 3 stops on extra points, and now they've forced Mingus into a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 indeed. Zabala's looking to throw, throws it to Nelson. He's at the 30. May have enough for the first down. It's going to depend on the mark. And near side, it looks like it. Yep. That wave of the umpire on the far side, I like that. I'm telling the chains to move.
Those chains. Let's go.
So a 6-yard reception. Needed 5, got 6. Nelson with the reception out there. That's his 2nd reception of the game. Chaz Taylor, by the way, has 121 yards on 4 receptions. Zabala looking to throw, comes to the near side, looks for Streck. Streck grabs it, gets down to the 20, gets tackled from behind. It might be enough for a first down. 12 yards on the reception here for Kendrew Streck.
I've said this every week, but I love when they got Streck out wide. He's such a big guy. These DBs are probably thinking, this is a run. What's this big guy doing out here? And then he runs a great route. He's got soft hands, catches it, makes a defender miss, and gets that yard after the catch.
He is extremely elusive. I mean, if you think about it, he's the middle linebacker as well. Lined up to the near side, they send man in motion. There goes Kelly. Kelly off tackle, and he'll get 3 before the cloud of dust catches up with him.
And once again, he is not on the ground. He is still standing.
Good point.
And his helmet is off.
Oh, jeez.
So he will have to come out for another play. I don't know. Maybe we can get him another helmet. I don't know. Or unless those defenders, or he does. He runs hard. He puts that head down. Sometimes those defenders, that's the only thing they're able to grab. So that could be the reason why it's always popping off.
Or it could be just where you're requesting break time.
Yeah.
6:49 left to go, 2nd quarter. Pitch to the near side. He's got some blocking in front of him as Nelson winds his way down inside the 10. It wouldn't be a first down, but there is going to be a penalty against the Mingus Marauders.
Yep, looks like this one's coming back. Refs are all over that holding tonight. They're doing, doing a good job keeping this a clean game, making sure everybody's using proper technique out there.
Gotta wonder though, when you're the running back and you fight hard and you get 6-7 yards, and the penalty brings it back. I mean that's got to be kind of deflating. It's like I won the fight, but no, I didn't.
No, yeah. That's why it's a team sport. Everybody's got to do their part, or else things don't work out the way you want them to if you got guys holding.
2nd and 17. Zabala's looking for somebody. He's found somebody. It's going to be Kelly outside, but a great open field tackle. Tackles him right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was number 7 taking on our number 7. That's Enzo Marino, doing a fantastic job of tackling Tyler Kelly in open field. That hardly ever happens.
0 yards on the completion, but it does go for a completion. So far, Zabala has only had 1 incomplete pass, And a great open field tackle out there. That's hard to do. So 3rd and 17. Mingus leading 18-0. 5:53 left to go in the first half. Spread bunch formation. Zabala throws quickly. Streck looking for a block. Gets 1, gets 2, finds the 20 inside the 15 and out at about the 13. A good gain, but it's going to be short for the first down. It'll leave a 2nd and 5 out there. Another 12-yard pass for the Mingus Marauders, but 4th and manageable.
Yeah, I wonder if Coach Young will maybe try and kick a field goal here. You know, get some field goal work. You know, you work it every day in practice. You know, you never know when you're going to come to a point in the game where you got to kick that extra, or you got to kick that field goal.
Well, maybe they're going to talk about it. 5:41, timeout on the field, 4th and 5 when we're back to the field after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, Mingus setting up for a 4th and 4. And we're going to see through the power of technology if we can find out how Chaz is doing out there. Mini Marauders coming up here at halftime, as well as our Oxendale halftime report. Should have Travis Reed in the cave. Talk about some of the deals going on and some of the promotions out there. Alex Nelson in motion, and across the line comes number 70 quickly. And that is going to be an encroachment. We'll see if that 5 yards is going to give Mingus a first down or if it's going to be just short. They're not moving the chains, are they?
No, but I do see a couple Lee Williams coaches kicking at the dirt over there. You know, I'm sure after that timeout they were telling their people, don't jump.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, and
Mingus piles forward for Zabala, keeps it himself, goes around the corner and gets it inside the 2, so the 4th down conversion works, 7 yards, and Zabala puts his team in, set up to score another one. Look at that hard hit club, huh?
Yeah, he for a quarterback, he really lowers his shoulder down there, and he'll dish out the punishment when he's running.
Well, he'll take the snap and will hand it off and into the end zone easily. The Mingus Marauders, that's going to be Nelson with the 2-yard touchdown. It's 24-0, second quarter, about 5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Mingus Marauders needed. You know, starting out the season 0-3, you know, it's very easily to get discouraged. But, you know, Coach Young had these guys ready to play. There's a sense of urgency on both the offense and defensive side of the ball. Now let's see if they can get an extra point in the end zone, or a 2-point conversion. Still not trusting the kicking game.
Well, Zabala's looking for somewhere to go. We'll throw into the back of the end zone. It's tipped up, and he stays with it for the 2-point conversion. That's Nick Blanares. Gets the 2-point conversion off the high tip.
Yeah, great concentration from Nick in the back of the end zone. Looked like after that got tipped, it was just going to sail out of bounds, but kind of right place, right time. Great job bringing it in. And finally, a 2-point conversion is successful.
So Blanares gets the 2-point conversion, and Mingus goes up 26-0 with 5:19 left to go, and they're out there rushing out there to do the kickoff. Can't even take a commercial break. Slow down. I'm gonna have to talk to this coaching staff here.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This sense of urgency. You know, they're ready to go. They're out there every play after defense. Defense is ready to go. Offense is ready. I don't know if I've ever seen a kickoff team out there as fast as Mingus was just right now.
Rodriguez will have another shot at it here. Interesting, Williams has 7 guys up toward the line, and Rodriguez is going to kick it deep. It'll go down to about the 5. Giglio has the ball. He's at the 20, looking for a block, finds a lane, gets caught up, and a pretty decent return out to about the 34-yard line. Might be their best field position.
Yeah, a great run up there, just getting the ball, making one cut, getting straight up field. No, Mingus defense so far so good. Probably, I know Coach Dixon is down there saying, get the ball for me, please. Let's get a turnover. I know before the games, you always set a goal. You want to get at least 2-3 turnovers a game. I know the defense is going to be out there punching at the ball, attacking the ball in the air, looking to get that turnover, earn that T-shirt to Monday.
Strong right here from the Volunteers, tight end and 2 receivers, and they're going to hand off in the backfield, and caught from behind, unable to keep a hold of him, is going to be Cole Phelps, and he kind of lunges forward but still loses 1 on the run, and that's going to be number 22 on the carry, I think it was. That's Donnie Sims with his first carry of the game. He'll lose 1. By the way, got an update on Chaz Taylor. And they think he may have stretched some ligaments in his knee. So I doubt we're going to see any more from him tonight. But hopefully that's not going to be a bad injury or a lasting injury for that young man. Quarterback with the ball, throws into traffic. 4 Marauders surrounding their big tight end. And you want to get him downfield just a little bit more than that, don't you?
He was probably thinking, even though he saw 4 defenders around him the last time he caught it, he was carrying 5 on his back. So, hey, why not give it to him again and see what he can do?
Andrew Herrera for the Volunteers is 1 for 5, 36 yards. That 36-yarder going to that big old tight end. He's back out on the field once again. Quarterback takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking to throw downfield. Still wandering over toward the sideline, throws downfield. The intended receiver, number 6 down there, and did not get it. That'd be Cody Farron. I'm not sure if he was throwing to the front guy or the back guy.
Yeah, it looked like it might have tipped both of their fingertips. Great job from the Mingus secondary, staying with their man. And difficult to do when that quarterback's scrambling around back there. You're backpedaling, you got the wide receivers going all over.
Mingus looking to get the punt for Farron, kicks it, and it's going to be a short one again, and it goes right out of bounds. This one, he follows a 10-yard punt with an 11-yard punt. Mingus is going to get the ball in Lee Williams territory at the 45 once again. 4:08 left to go. Mingus on top, 26-0. If you're just joining us, this is the beginning of the Grand Canyon region schedule for the Marauders.
Yeah, and starting out 0-3, the Marauders know what's at stake here. They're going to have to put up a good record against this Grand Canyon region. And so far tonight, they've started out, just as they've scripted it during the week.
0-3 in the Mingus Marauders, according to Max Preps, standing number 17 in the power rankings. Now, of course, those aren't official. Man in motion, Mingus does hand it off up the middle, and Kelly finds 4 new best friends.
Yeah, Vols are all over that one. Great push up front. Almost back in there taking the handoff with Kelly. Kelly, nowhere to go. That one, he did end up on the ground on that one. You can't blame him. He's 4 guys right there. I don't know. You might have been able to get through it though.
Yeah, no, not a doubt. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that almost looked like center screen blocking. Yeah, that's what it really looked like.
It did.
Mingus Marauder traditional wing T. First man through. No, second man through is going to be Nelson, and he gets the corner. Picks up what they lost and a little bit more. Give him 5 on the carry, and Kelly got nailed for not having the ball.
Yeah, as a fullback in this offense, you're going to take some hits even when you don't have the ball. Those arms end up black and blue the next day, and you're in the trainer's room, you're getting some ice.
It is amazing how bruises hurt so much less when you win, right, though?
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Now, bruises after a loss are painful. Yeah. 2:55 left to go, 3rd and 8. Mingus at the Volunteers 34-44. Zabala's going to get bound up and ends up throwing the ball near side and down the field. There goes Kelly. He's at the 20, and they call it. They stop it. They stop it. They say he was down and tackled.
I don't know about that.
Holy cow, what a phenomenal effort. He turned the wrong way, had no reason to really come back around, and was still on his feet, and then tosses the ball. He had a hand down. It is questionable whether or not the knee was down, but they are going to call him down, and Mingus is going to come out for their first punt of the evening. So a sack, a 70-yard sack on Zabala by the Volunteers in their first stop, and Streck doesn't have time to get the kickoff, and he's going to be tackled at the 35-yard line. The Volunteers special teams have set them up, and they'll get the ball at the Mingus Marauder 36-yard line.
Vols needed that right now, you know, falling behind in this game by 4 scores. They needed this. They needed that stop right there, and, you know, Streck had nowhere to go with that. He got the snap, and there were 2 guys right in his face. He tried to make something happen, but really nowhere to go with the ball.
That looked like it was a breakdown on punt team blocking somewhere.
Yeah, a couple missed assignments out there, you know, and you know, special teams, most important part of the game. You can't have those breakdowns.
Here comes Herrera and the Volunteers. 1st and 10 from the Mingus Marauder 36-yard line, following the failed punt attempt. And Streck showed like he was coming, and the left tackle got a little jumpy.
I'd get a little jumpy too if I saw that guy coming at me.
Volunteers, 6 penalties in the game so far for 26 yards.
Yep.
Early in the game, down on a 2-point conversion, they had a 4-yard penalty and a 2-yard penalty.
Yeah, on the longest extra point of the year.
1st and 15, ball at the 41. Herrera takes the snap, goes to hand it off, and the ball is out.
Yep.
A fumble out there by Donnie Sims, and it looks like the Volunteers got it back, though.
Yeah, luckily they got a lineman right there able to jump on the ball, but not before Nelson with a textbook tackle, putting his helmet right on the nose of that football. And luckily for Lee Williams, that's Matt Badhauer, Jr., listed at 6'2", 230 pounds, jumps on that football, saves the possession for Lee Williams.
It's going to still bring up 2nd and long, 2nd and about 21. With the timeout, let's take a quick break with them. We're back for more Mingus action after this.
Pawn Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pawn Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pawnpalaceaz.com.
Well, an important drive for the Volunteers here, trailing the Mingus Marauders 26-0. We've got 2:06 left to go to the Oxendale halftime report here at Mingus Union High School. Volunteers in white facing a 2nd and 21. Herrera in the backfield. He's got one back with him, looking to throw. Streck's on his tail, goes to the right-hand side. He's going to tuck and run and get knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. So maybe he gets 2, maybe he gets 3. Mingus is happy with that, though. Still brings up a 3rd and long.
Thought for sure he'd be throwing that one away. Decides to take on a couple Mingus defenders. You know, able to walk away from it.
Well, he picks up 2.
Yeah.
Picks up 2, 3rd and 19. And that was almost a coverage short run, not quite sack.
Yeah.
3 receivers, 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far side, twins both sides, obviously. Quarterback takes the snap. He's got pressure. He's going to bound to the right side, and he'll get hit and thrown to the ground quickly out there as Tyler Kelly says, "This is what it feels like, sir."
Yeah, just spinning around like a top and then just throws him to the ground. He's going to be feeling that one.
Yeah, 14-yard sack. 14-yard sack. Kelly gets him right there and spins him back around.
Actually. Oh, not Kelly.
It wasn't. Kelly was down there, but that was going to be Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan Hayden coming from his linebacker position. You know, great speed.
Here's the punt. This one's much better, driving the Mingus Marauders back. A fair catch called, and then he's got to jump on it as an oopsie. And Mingus will get the ball here at about the 19-yard line, but that was an oopsie. Now, Chaz Taylor is usually back there to get that punt, and he is on the sideline right now. We probably won't see him. He's got his pads off and ice on that knee.
Yeah, my first time fielding a punt in a game, my junior year, Coach Young put me back there, and I dropped it. And we were playing Prescott. They got it. It was the first possession of the game, and I thought, oh, God, what have I done? What have I done? I thought Coach Young would never put me back there again. He says, Sandoval, get back out there, shake it off. I'm sure that's what Nelson's going to do right now, just get back out there, play some football. The only thing you can do is move on, have a short memory, and try to make something happen.
1st and 10, Mingus from their 19, 1:10 left to go in the first half. A quick hitter up the middle, just off tackle, and the trap works. Tyler Kelly gets some good solid yards, bringing up a 2nd and 6, give him 4. Now Mingus might be perfectly content in running the clock out with a 26-point lead here in the first half.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if the next 2 plays are run plays, or maybe just this last one here. You never know, though. Kelly back there, he could easily break this for a huge score.
Man in motion, they're going to hand it off to Nelson. Nelson gets caught as the blocking breaks down on the left side, and he's going to lose 2.
Yeah, and a flag thrown in at the end there. We'll wait and see what the call is. I don't know what you guys' plans are for halftime. Maybe you go out and get something to eat, you use the restroom, but make sure you come back because we got these the youth cheerleaders coming up. It's going to be a treat to watch.
It will indeed. We'll have Travis Reed here to talk with us a little bit about the game. And the penalty, of course, stops the clock. The ball would be at the 21-yard line, and it is going to be against the defense. There's 5-10, and there is 15 yards, so that's going to give the Mingus Marauders a first down on the unsportsmanlike with 30 seconds left to go in the half. So Mingus, the ball, the lead, the clock in their favor, leading 26-0. Clock starts. Mingus doesn't have to snap the ball, I don't believe, but they're going to come to the line, do 2 receivers to the near side, and 1 man in motion, and they're going to run up the middle, and there goes Kelly. Kelly breaking tackles, a wing tackle, kind of a helicopter tackle after 11 yards, and the clock stops with 9 seconds, and we'll see if they're going to start the clock as soon as they set the ball here and move the chains, and they will get the clock underway. So Mingus probably will not run another play here. And the 11-yard carry for Kelly is going to be the last play of the first half here at halftime. The Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard shows Mingus on top to start the Grand Canyon Region play, dominating the Volunteers by a score of 26-0. We will return for the Oxendale halftime report coming up after this.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
Welcome to the Halftime Report, brought to you by Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They're a dealer for you, located on Highway 89A in Cottonwood or online at mattsays.yes.com. Stick around for the first half recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Jackie Bessler and Carson Sandoval.
As we get the Little Mighty Might cheerleaders out on the field out here with the Spirit Light from Mingus Union High School. Welcome to the Oxendale Halftime Report. The Mingus Marauders on top 26-0, and they really have dominated this game in all facets of the field, and the only negative might be the 2-point conversion attempts that were failed.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better start for the Marauders, especially after starting the year 0-3. Come out here, like I said earlier, they're playing with a real sense of urgency. The only thing you'd like to see is maybe get a couple more 2-point conversions, or maybe see the kicking game back again. You know, you can't give up on that. I know Coach Young's not going to give up on that for the rest of the year, but it would be nice to see a couple balls go through the uprights. But other than that, defense is playing well, special teams are playing well, offense is playing well. I really like the offensive line giving our quarterback time to throw the ball.
Well, I think the reason that we're going for the 2 is because the ball hasn't gone through the uprights, at least not on a consistent basis for the Mingus Marauders, as the young Mighty Might or mini Marauder cheerleaders out there doing the routine, and I know they've been practicing this all week, which is pretty awesome. Let's take a look at some of the scoring here. It's all been Mingus. It's been a landslide for the Mingus Marauders out here tonight. First quarter action, 9:05 left to go, and Mingus will score first as they will go to the pitch on the near side. A 6-yard scamper into the end zone for Taylor. The 2-point conversion, a keeper attempt by Zabala, was no good. Still first quarter action out there. 4.5 minutes, 4:35 left to go, and a beautiful pass play downfield, a 26-yard touchdown pass. A lot of those rack yards by Chaz Taylor, and that has been the biggest problem with the first quarter, has been the exit and the injury by Chaz Taylor. According to his father, texted him. According to his father, some strained ligaments in the knee, and hopefully that is going to be something that will be repairable very quickly out here for that young man. We need to get him back on the field. Mingus led 12-0. Second quarter action, exactly 1 minute into the second quarter. A 9-yard run by Nelson for his second touchdown. Sets the Mingus Marauders in motion. Gets a great block on the outside and finds the end zone. And the 2-point conversion, again, no good. But the Mingus Marauders were ahead at that point, 18-0. Then with 5:19 left to go in the second quarter, a 2-yard power by Nelson finds the end zone once again, and Mingus was up 26-0. The 2-point conversion, that was pretty exciting. 2-point conversion tipped way up in the air. Blaneras comes down with it. That's the only one that it works. Zabala off the linebacker, into the end zone, into the arms of the receiver, nothing but 2 points.
Just as you draw it up.
Right.
You would think that looked like one that we weren't going to convert. All the other ones look like maybe we'd slide into the end zone. Not the case, but we'll take that one. And, obviously that's going to be addressed at halftime from Coach Young. If I know Coach Young, he is a stickler for special teams, and he's not going to be happy going 1 for 4.
No, certainly
2-point
not.
conversions.
It's the ugly points that are the funnest, right? They're the ones that make all the highlights, right? The ugly points. All right, we're going to take a break as we're in the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime report. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the individual stats and get ready for Travis to come on and chat with us at halftime. Mingus leading 26-0. We're back after this.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Well, if you're just joining us, 26-0, the Mingus Marauders on top here at halftime. The locker room is going to be on alterations and slight alterations as opposed to major alterations and overhauls at halftime. That's not fun. Hey, Mingus Marauders dominated here, and we're going to start with the Volunteers offensively here. Quarterback Herrera is 1 for 6, 36 yards, connecting up with that big tight end only once during the course of the game. Well, on the ground, he's the only back with positive yards. He's got 8 carries, 6 yards, -5 rushing yards, 36 passing yards, 31 total yards for the Volunteers. That's a Mingus Marauder defensive dominance at the moment.
Yeah, I know defensive coordinator Coach Dixon is loving that his defense out there has the Vols to negative rushing yards. That's hard to do, against anybody. With the quarterback scrambling around out there. Great pursuit. Everybody's playing their rules, staying home and keeping contained on the outside.
On the opposite side of the field, the Mingus Marauders offensively, Antoine Zabal is having a heck of a game. He's 10 for 11, 176 yards, and he's got 1 touchdown. Nelson has got 13 carries, 75 yards, and actually he's got 3 touchdowns on the game. Tyler Kelly has got 10 carries and 54 yards with the hard yards, and also running the ball has been Fanning. He's got 1 carry and 8 yards. In the air, Chaz Taylor, who we will not see in the second half due to the little knee getting tweaked. He's got 4 receptions, 121 yards. Would love to be out here and see if he could rack up a few more yards with that. Alex Nelson, 2 receptions for 13 yards. And the other favorite target, coming around, 3 receptions for 41 yards for Kendrew Streck, the middle linebacker turned receiver.
Give him the ball. Let him just run over the defenders. I love it.
See, yeah, no, that's a great concept. I like that. You run. There we go. I love that. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to check in and have a guest on board with us, Travis Reed from Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, when we return after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
We are indeed here at halftime. Almost didn't get completely dressed with the props, so I'm going to stick this in my glasses. How does that work?
That looks fantastic.
Yes. And
we are Marauders. We're Pirates tonight.
Yes, I love this. I heard your commercial on this week, and I thought, this is great. You're talking about pirates at the dealership. Marauders, of course, are land pirates, right?
Right.
I love this connection. This is beautiful.
I think it's a fantastic connection, and it wasn't even meant to be.
No?
But let me get my patch on. You keep talking.
Okay, so this was a completely accidental thing.
There you go.
See, I love this. Now, wait a second. You're missing your left eye. I'm missing my right.
Together, we're a whole person, ladies and gentlemen.
I think I need more than another somebody to be a whole person, honestly.
How do the Pirates do this? Because I can barely see with this.
Yeah, no kidding. It's no wonder they timber me shivers or something.
Right, and they all have one leg because they kept running into the rudder.
And it's always the peg leg that's on the side of the accelerator, right? Isn't that the case?
Oh, that is the case.
Oh, my goodness.
Are we supposed to be doing something here? Or?
We are indeed. So,
Okay.
so what is this theme? What is the whole pirate thing?
Well, it all started because International Talk Like a Pirate Day is September 19th. And, we like to have fun over at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. So we thought, you know what? We'll all talk like pirates all month long, and we'll give some good, great deals for everybody that comes in. So that's the spirit of the theme this month is just trying to have some fun at the dealership. It's not your typical car dealership where you walk in and it's stuffy and nobody's having fun. We like to give you a different experience at the store. We're not all dressed up like this every single day, but you know what? When you come in, it's going to be different, and we're going to treat you. I'm going to back up for a second.
Right.
It's like I told a customer today. We put the emphasis on the customer, not the car, not the car sale, and we put the emphasis on having a good time and having fun because you know what? Buying a car should be fun.
It should be.
Absolutely. So that's what we're all about. And in the spirit of having fun, This is really weird. I need to change eyes because I can't see you. But there we go. In the spirit of having fun, we've decided that we were going to give the first 47 people way too much money off of Jeep vehicles this month because it is Jeep Celebration this month, which means that every single Jeep vehicle on our lot has special discounts. And I've got a little notepad here. Hang on, I couldn't remember this. I'm getting old. But
so this is kind of a treasure chest for Jeeps, right?
It's a treasure chest. It's a pirate's booty. It is a bounty, whatever you'd like to call it.
Right.
But right now, you can get $8,657 off any Jeep Renegade in stock.
No kidding.
You don't have to negotiate. You don't have to ask for anything special. But if you talk like a pirate, I might give you some more money off. But in addition to that, $8,743 off any Jeep Grand Cherokee in stock. Again, no negotiation necessary. You walk in, you say you heard the commercial. You heard the ad on the radio, which, by the way, is only good for the first 47 people. So far, we've had about 22 people since Wednesday come and take advantage of that. So there's still 25 slots left. And if you want to save $8,743 without having to do any negotiations, come see me.
Travis, I'll take it into blooms, please. Can I do that?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Only for Jackie.
Oh, beautiful. All right, our halftime report here. Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and a Ram. Talk like a pirate, get more money off. We'll return to the cave at Mingus Union High School right after this.
Arrgh.
Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes. Hey, it's Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
This has been the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Halftime Report. They're a dealer for you. Located on Highway 89A in Cottonwood or online at mattsays.yes.com. We'll return for exciting Mingus Marauder football second half action on AM 1600 and 96.3 FM KYBC or online at myradioplace.com right after this.
Well, the one question the Pirates always get right on the test is, what letter comes after Q?
I don't do it as good as he does.
No, well, that's true. That's definitely true. So Volunteers will get the ball first here in the second half as the third quarter is getting close to underway here. Mingus leading the Lee Williams Volunteers 26-0. Rodriguez getting set to kick off, and Giglio has had all of the returns so far in the game. There's the whistle. We're underway with the second half, and it's going to be a pooch kick coming to the near side, and just covering it up is going to be number 56, and that's what they teach you with the front lines, isn't it? Just get on that ball.
Yeah, 'cause you never know where that ball is going to scoot out to. That was number 56 for the Vols, and Dylan Schaefer, senior, making the veteran play out there. And before the Volunteers run out here for offense, I'd like to go through a couple scores going on around the division tonight. Cactus, the depleted Cactus squad, is actually up 21-7 against Cactus Shadows at Cactus Shadows.
Well, we both know that's going to be the what was their running back? Holy cow, he just slipped my mind.
Yeah, Norris.
Norris show. That is going to be the Norris show,
yep.
all the way across the board. Volunteers, 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Quarterback goes out looking for a block. Yeah, he's still trying to throw the ball and gets caught up and tackled for a big loss. Mingus just kept coming, and Ethan gets his second sack of the game out there. Boy, he just kept going backward and backward.
Yeah, that one, I know his coaches are telling him, you just got to get rid of that one. Nothing there. You don't want to take – you never want to have 2nd and 20. So just throw that thing away. And he didn't do that there. And, great for Mingus. They get a big sack. And now they're able to, call whatever they want on defense, possibly bring some pressure here.
2 receivers to the near side, tight end to the far side with a receiver. They're going to hand off, trying to cut his way and wind his way through the middle. A pretty decent gain here on second down. Ball comes out to about the 25-yard line as Giglio with the carry makes it 3rd and somewhat manageable, 3rd and 14.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you guys another score here. Higley at Estrella Foothills up 30-6, and that was last time we checked in the first quarter.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Spread formation once again. Mingus looking to come at it. Quarterback looking to throw. Comes to his left. Goes to his right. Finds that big tight end and a great tackle downfield. And that's going to be Colby Fanning getting low on the 200-pound tight end just off on the flats.
Yeah, he's given up about 150 pounds to that tight end right there. Did a great job of going low, taking him out at the ankles so he can lower those shoulders on Fanning.
8 yards, but it brings up still 4th and 6th, and a punt upcoming. It's going to be a good punt.
Yeah.
This one going deep, takes a bounce, and then goes toward the sideline, and then kind of a Mingus bounce as it goes sideways down to a 29-yard line. So Mingus forces a 3 and out, and we'll get the ball back, but there's a flag. Wait a second, a flag back at the Volunteers' 31-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be illegal procedure on the Vols. And so will be, it looks like, we'll see what's going to happen here. We got the Vols going back. Look like it's going to be a re-kick. And probably good for Mingus because that was the Vols' best punt of the night.
Well, looks like Mingus is just going to say no to the penalty. They're going to take the ball.
Okay.
And not take a chance that the young kicker from Lee Williams gets another one of those 42-yard bounces, you know?
Yeah.
2 minutes roll off the clock here in the third quarter. Mingus leading 26-0. They'll have the ball at their own 31.
Yeah, you know, obviously we don't know Taylor out there. He actually has his shoulder pads off. He's on the sidelines here, still walking with a slight limp. We'll try and keep you guys updated on his status for the rest of the night. Obviously, he's not coming back in.
That's because his knee is frozen. Zabala, quick throw to the near side. Here comes Kelly looking for a block. Swings back through the middle, runs into traffic. Picks up 10 and a first down on the quick little pass. As number 54 comes up with the tackle, that's Matt Shaw.
Yeah, Kelly, he gets that ball. He looks to be going 100 miles an hour, and everyone else out there is still going about 35.
Last year, Mingus had 207 passing yards against Lee Williams. So far, Zabala has 186, only has 1 incompletion out there so far in the game. And there's the handoff. There goes Nelson. Nelson twists, turns, spins, and then gets group tackled after a gain of 3 to the Mingus Marauder 44.
Yeah, nice push up front from the Vols there. That play's been successful all night for Mingus. They do a good job of stopping him for, I'd say, about a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7, 9:13 left to go in the third quarter. Mingus looking to move the ball and take a bigger lead, and there's the snap. They hand it off. There goes Kelly. Kelly follows his blocks and runs inside. Looks like all the blockers were running with him in a group like they were trying to take pictures. And he picks up a first down on an 18-yard run as the ball is now on the Volunteers' 38-yard line.
Yeah, they were all just trailing Kelly a couple steps behind him. You know, they want to get a piece of that end zone too. They see all the accolades he's getting there, and they say, hey, I want to be a part of this. Maybe, hey, pitch it back here. Pitch it.
72 yards rushing for Kelly here. Nelson goes into motion. Zabala looking, throws downfield, man wide open. And a good catch by Mestis on the far side of the field. And wait a second, maybe he didn't catch it.
Oh, are they saying incomplete?
He may have been out of bounds. He was open.
Oh, yeah, but look, I thought he held on to it.
Well, Mestis, the intended receiver, looking for his first reception of the season.
Zabala's not going to be happy about another incomplete pass. You know, he's trying to go for that completion percentage record.
Wing formation, 2 receivers near side. They run up the middle. There goes Kelly. 1 man to beat. Oh, he trips him up. Giglio, what a great open field tackle. Limits the Mingus damage to 14 yards. And look at this tackle. He just got barely enough.
Yeah, and Tyler actually popped up upset with himself that he was brought down right there. He was thinking for sure he had a touchdown.
Well, he shouldn't be too horribly upset. He's got 86 rushing yards. Quarterback in shotgun. Zabala looking for somewhere to go. Finds the corner. He's going to run. Gets a block by Blenares. Lowers his shoulder. and takes on the tackle as Antoine thinks he's a defensive back out there.
I do like when Antoine, he doesn't run a lot, but when he does run, he runs hard and he runs with a purpose. He puts his shoulder down, and, I really feel sorry for that defensive back right there. Oh.
Well, they're going to give him 10 yards on the carry as he takes on Cameron Ott. The defensive back, junior, 5'10", 160 pounds. Mingus with the ball, trying to run, and the power does not work. It is powerless as Nelson will lose 2 on it, bringing up 2nd and 12 from the Volunteers' 16-yard line. Mingus leading 26-0, 7:40 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was number 88, Edmund Ashton, the big tight end for the Vols, getting in at the defensive end position and blowing that play up in the backfield.
The Volunteers missing their other defensive end out here tonight, Mike Bathauer, a junior, 6'1", 220. Zabala looking to throw. He's got a little traffic in the backfield, throws it up, going toward the corner, a little bit out of bounds. Intended receiver Streck out there, and great coverage by the Volunteers, just kind of ran him out of bounds.
Yeah, good coverage all the way around for the Vol secondary. Zabala rolled out to the left there, nothing doing. Turns back this way. Looked like he had Streck in the corner. Would have had to been a perfect pass, just out of reach and out of bounds. So that brings up a 3rd and long. And Zabala looks to be limping, Jackie. I don't know if Coach Young sees that, but we'll see what he does on this play.
Tight formation. Zabala looks downfield, takes the out, throws it a little bit far out there. And out of the reach of Jordan Huey, the intended receiver. It's going to come 4th and 12. The ball on the 16-yard line of the Volunteers. Mingus has got to get past the 4 and could pick up a first down. And you're right, Zabala doing a little limping out there. Appears to be the left leg that isn't responding and functioning as was advertised or requested.
And Mingus is not kicking a field goal.
No, they are not. One receiver either side. Man in motion is Nelson. Zabala looking to throw. He's got all sorts of trouble. Throws the ball downfield, gets rid of it instead of taking the sack. But it's going to be a turnover on downs. And the Volunteers defense has now held 2 drives in a row, and they're going to bring the offense back out.
Yeah, that could be what the Vols need to get a little momentum going. I know the defense is going back, talking to their offense, saying, hey, guys, let's go. Let's put a drive together here. Let's put some points on the board and get back into this game. And you're still wearing your bandana.
I am. I have actually, we tried this for years. They tried makeup, and, it just didn't work. But this covers the glare on the top of the head quite well. I like this.
Yeah, and most of the time, I don't like to bring it up, but I can't see half the field when that glare is coming off your head.
I can't see anyway, so we're normal. All right, shotgun situation for Herrera out there. Mingus is looking to come. Quarterback takes the snap. He's running for his life. Going backward, throws the ball out of bounds. Aims for the coach that told him to throw it away.
Yeah, that's just, deja vu of how the first drive, how the Vols' last drive started. Quarterback rolls out to the right looking for somebody. And, last drive, he takes a big sack. This time he gets rid of the ball. Coaching staff has to be happy about that, but it looks like they're talking about maybe, an
intentional grounding call.
Yep.
Now, okay, he was obviously out of the pocket.
Yeah.
You should be able to throw it away out there. Now, there was a receiver in the area. He wasn't in the game, but there was a receiver in the area, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty and a loss and down. So they're going to, oh my goodness, they're going to mark the ball back all the way at the 3-yard line.
And I know for sure Coach Dixon is going to bring the pressure here.
Well, this is where defense is smelling points, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no doubts about that. So it ends up being, holy cow, an 18-yard penalty against the Volunteers. Quarterback takes the snap, hands it off, and Giglio does make it out of the end zone, gets back up to about the 4-yard line. So a gain of 1. Actually, they're going to give him out to the 5.
Yeah.
So Now 3rd and close to 21, maybe 22 out there for the Volunteers, deep in their own territory.
Yeah, not sure what you call right here. Maybe they try to set up a screen or go with a draw. I personally like to take my chances, just rear back, throw it, let somebody try and make a play.
Well, if it's intercepted, it's probably as good as a punt.
Yep.
Mingus is coming for it. Quarterback throws downfield. Ooh, overthrew his intended receiver, and Venezuela had a shot at it. And there's a flag on the play in the end zone. Uh-oh, that could be a roughing.
Yeah, I think that might be the call. I took my eyes off of the quarterback once that ball was released, followed it out here to the left side of the field, so I'm not sure what took place over there. The ref's talking about it.
It's going to go against Mingus, no doubt about it, and it is going to be of the 15-yard variety. So I'm imagining that's a roughing the passer, and that's going to put the ball at the 20-yard line and be an automatic first down, I believe.
Yeah, and the Vols needed that right there. Defense comes up with another big stop. Mingus driving, they hold them in their tracks there, and then offense gets the ball and they start going backwards. As a defender, you're on the sideline just shaking your head saying, come on, guys.
2 backs in the backfield with Herrera now for the Volunteers, looking to throw, throws the ball downfield, overthrows his receiver by quite a bit. Intended receiver out there, number 6. And that would be Cody Farron, the intended receiver.
Yeah, the quarterback for the Vols, he's been getting pressure all night. That ball came out of his hands kind of quick. His receiver wasn't really turned around yet, but when you're getting put on your back the first half of the game, you're trying to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, you definitely kind of want to be like the NFL quarterbacks and get rid of it in 1.2 seconds, right? Man, snap over his head, going toward the end zone. Quarterback picks it up, runs it out of the end zone, trying to find somewhere to go. Hit at the 10-yard line, and Kendrew Struck laid a big hit on the quarterback, Herrera. I'm glad to see the young man bounce back up.
Yes.
But that is going to be a huge loss on the first bad snap we've seen so far this game.
And Streck stand at the 15 and just puts his arm up, and that, unfortunately for that quarterback for the Vols, Herrera, he just runs right into that big arm of Streck and goes backwards about 3 yards. How about the Presence just pick that ball up and turn around and get out of the end zone, though?
That's amazing. Now he takes another one, caught in the backfield, brought down, and getting to him is Cole Phelps. Phelps got a hold of a jersey, a big paw out there, and was able to bring him down. That becomes another 8-yard sack. So now 4th and, I can't count that high, 4th and 28, 4th and 30.
They're about in the same position they were right before that roughing the passer call. So you catch a break with that, and then, you end up back in the same spot. That's tough as offensive coordinator, teams going backwards.
And here's the punt out of the end zone.
Nice
hard punt taken at the 45-yard for Mingus. It was low, so it's returnable. Around the corner goes the Mingus Marauders. He's got blockers looking for the end zone, and touchdown. Special teams score from 45 yards out. Alex Nelson brings the punt back.
Yeah, I'd like to point out number 24, Justin Link, the senior, puts a huge block on the tight end, the big tight end for the Vols. And he really was the only guy who had a chance to make this tackle. Link, takes a lot of courage to step in front of that guy. Doesn't let him get to Nelson. Nelson just doing it all tonight on offense, special teams, made some big tackles on defense, forced a fumble, and Mingus comes out again for the 2-point conversion.
Normal setup out here for the Mingus Marauders. One receiver to the left-hand side. Zabala looking to throw. Throws hard into the end zone. And a broken up, intended for Bessler. A great defensive play as the arm came in just at the last minute to knock that away.
Yeah, that ball was coming in, and the defender put his hands up and knocked that ball down. Great job. And like I said, the Vols got to be, they're not keeping them out of the Marauders out of the end zone on their drives, but when it comes to those 2-point conversions, they're getting their defense is getting hands on the ball, and they're making big tackles.
4:20 left to go. Mingus leading 32-0 here at the third quarter. And in high school football, 42 points in a lead becomes a continuous clock. And so Rodriguez coming out to kick off. Last time he just squibbed it down to about the 25-yard line. Didn't try to put it deep. Let's see what the plan is for special teams here. Rodriguez puts a boot into it. It comes down to the Volunteers at about the 8-yard line. Giglio finds a lane, finds his way to the outside, and there is a flag as Link got taken down, and it's run out at about the 45, 46-yard line, 47-yard line. The flag is sitting on the 29 or 30-yard line, so we'll see if the kickoff is coming back.
Yeah, Link took a huge shot to the back, and he's glad to see him pop right back up after that hit, and it's going to unfortunately negate a nice return for the Vols.
Would have been the second best field position for the Volunteers. Volunteers had right at the end of the first half, Volunteers had the ball first down at the Mingus Marauder 31. That was the deepest they had gone into the Mingus Marauder territory. And Mingus put together a defensive 3 and out. And now the Volunteers will start at the more traditional 20-yard line.
Yep. And let's see the defense. Defense, can't say enough good things about the defense tonight. Good push up front, secondary stand with their man.
Mingus showing potential blitz. High snap once again. Cornerback's going to get wrapped up and pulled down. It's going to be a sack out there from the nose guard for the Mingus Marauder. Goldie will get in there.
Yeah,
Steffens will get the sack.
Herrera saving a really a touchdown. That jumps up with one hand, snags the snap. So that's now in the last couple possessions for the Vols, a few bad snaps, and everything starts with the snap. You get a bad snap, the whole play breaks down, and there's nothing to do. Poor quarterbacks back there, just trying not to take a huge hit.
When you got to rebound the snap, that is tough. And Mingus jumps.
Yeah.
Mingus jumps, and Ethan Hayden a little anticipating. It's been a while since he's had a sack, so he was looking to try to get back there again. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Marauders. That'll bring up 2nd and 15. The Volunteers with the ball at their own 15-yard line. Mingus third quarter action leading 32-0 over Lee Williams. 3:25 left to go here in quarter number 3. 5th penalty against the Mingus Marauders for 45 yards. One man in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. He'll try up middle, and a quick tackle by the Mingus Marauders. That's going to be Strack, and taken down for a minimal gain, no gain. So 3rd and 15 now for the Volunteers.
Strack just manning that middle tonight. As he's just throwing the linemen are coming at him, he's just grabbing them, throwing them aside, wrapping the guys up, throwing them to the ground. He, is only a junior, future is bright for Streck.
Most of the defense for the Mingus Marauders are juniors. One of the seniors out there, Justin Link, absolutely fantastic leader. Herrera takes the snap, has a little bit of time, throws downfield. It is wide open, and he bobbled it, caught it to himself. Taylor will cover it, but on the reception is number 80 with the catch, and it came back to him as Ethan O'Wine, a senior wide receiver. Look at this bobble.
Yeah.
He catches it and then catches it twice and then catches a shot.
Maybe if he catches that on the first possession, first contact when it hits his hands, he might have been able to pick up that first down. They're lining up to go for it here on 4th and about a long one.
From their own 29-yard line nonetheless. Maybe they're looking to get Mingus to jump. High snap, quarterback able to contain it again. He's got an opportunity on the far side, broken up. If it isn't a flag, it's going to be a turnover a scramble for the ball out there as they were fighting receiver and defensive back, and it looks like it's going to not have a penalty, and it'll be Mingus Marauder ball at the Volunteers 29-yard line.
That's the senior Justin Link getting his hands in there and forcing the turnover. I thought Herrera, quarterback for the Vols, is going to take off and run with that. I thought maybe he had enough room to pick up the first down. Decides to trust his arm, but defense coming up big with the pass deflection.
I agree. I saw the same thing. I think he had room to run. Mingus will take the second back, coming on the near side. A great cut to the inside as he gets run down by the defensive tackle, but not until Alex Nelson gets a first down inside the Volunteers 18-yard line.
Yeah, Nelson has great vision. I love watching him run. He's always got his eyes up there. He's reading defenders. He's great at just planting a foot, making a cut, and changing his direction. As a defender, you know, you got to stay low. And getting low is pretty tough, especially in those pads.
One receiver to the far side for the Mingus Marauders. There's the snap, and it's going to be Kelly trying to get the corner. He gets to the outside. A flag goes down as Kelly gets out of bounds with another first down, but a flag at the 18-yard line, the line of scrimmage, and that is going to be a hold against the Mingus Marauders. Whoops.
Yeah, you know, when that flag's thrown right there, you can always, 99% of the time, you know what the call is going to be.
55 penalty yards for the Mingus Marauders. They've got 6 of them. Lee Williams, the only thing they're really winning in is the penalty category. They have 9 penalties for 74 yards.
That's not the category you want to be leading in.
No, first and 20 here for the Mingus Marauders at the Volunteer 28-yard line. 1:13 left to go in the third quarter. Mingus trying to pad a 32-point lead, and there goes Nelson.
Yep.
To the outside. He's got one man to beat, and he does. End zone touchdown. 28 yards as Nelson's racking up the touchdowns out here today and rambles off another one.
Yeah, just puts a stiff arm there at the end of the run and springs himself into the end zone. Again, I want to give a shout out to those linemen up front. Really, he didn't get touched at the line of scrimmage or at the second level. Offense line opened up huge holes for him to run through all night, really. Offense linemen, really, they don't get much of the credit. They do all the dirty work up front. Sometimes you just got to go up and pat them on the butt and say, hey, man, thanks for getting me in the end zone.
28-yard dash for the Mingus Marauders makes the score 38-0. Going for 2, Zabala winds to the near side. He's got to come back. He's wrapped up, thrown down, and another incomplete 2-point conversion as Zabala gets sacked on it. And, we're going to be right back after these commercials as we come up for the Mingus Marauder kickoff coming up after this.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, the Marauders looking for their first victory. The Volunteers trying to avoid their first loss of the season. And Rodriguez does a knuckleball down to about the 10-yard line. Giglio picks it up. He's going to try to the outside, cut to the inside, and whoops, there's Strick. 25-yard line is where the Volunteers are going to start. And Giglio thought that Strick had been blocked. And then all of a sudden he wasn't.
No, yeah, he likes to set those returners and running back up. I'm getting blocked. Not throw them to the side. Come here, run into my arms. Let me pile drive you.
I just want to hug you. Want to hug you.
Yeah.
27-yard line is the line of scrimmage for the Volunteers. 55 ticks in the third quarter as Mingus leads 38-0. And Mingus getting a few other players out there.
Yeah.
as we'll see a couple of numbers that we might not ordinarily see. Mingus getting some play time here for some other players. Mingus defensively out there showing 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. Quarterback keeps it, scrambles to the right-hand side, throws downfield, has a man, through the hands, through another set of hands, and then to the ground.
Yeah, it looked like the first man to get his mitts on it was number 26, Bubba Reed, the sophomore for Mingus.
I know there was a lot of traffic out there as Mingus was coming after that ball. Mingus is just absolutely trying to go after the quarterback.
Yeah, they haven't stopped putting pressure on him all night.
No, not at all. So 2nd and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Mingus lines up 3, probably coming with 5, and the quarterback sets up the screen. Giglio breaks the tackle and then trips, and just getting enough out there to take him down is, let's see who is that.
I believe it was Link out there.
Was it
coming
Link?
From his DB position, read the screen, great. Our linemen going after the quarterback, they haven't run that all night. You're getting pressure on the quarterback all night. You say, oh, these linemen let me go. I'm going to sack this quarterback here. And then you get to him and you realize, oh, no, it's a screen. But Link doing a great job saving a big play. Because if Link doesn't make that tackle, Vol's got a lot of green grass ahead of him.
3rd and 6, and the high snap forces him to go to the ground, and getting the sack is going to be 57. I believe that is Griffin out there wearing 57. High snap once again, did the tip drill to himself, but it hit the ground, and he was unable to pick it up cleanly, and finally getting over is Griffin, and Griffin's just going to cover him up, and oof. That's a tough tackle. Got him by the back of the neck. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, Herrera is a tough kid. You can tell from this game. He's taking some big hits tonight. He's gotten right back up, though. You can tell he's frustrated, though. That's these last 3 drives, he's had about 4 or 5 bad snaps. It's hard to get in the groove. You can't get in the groove when ball's on the ground, ball's over your head. You can't get timing with your receivers. Handoffs aren't working.
Well, the Mingus Brothers are going to take over here, but it's going to start the 4th quarter. We'll take a quick break with them, 38-0 here in Mingus. We're back after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Well, Mingus is going to take over on what worked out to end up being a 1-yard punt by the Volunteers. So Mingus takes over at the 29-yard line. The flag will go and will cost Mingus 5 for a motion penalty. So the 29-yard line, which sounded really good, is going to be the 34-yard line. And 1st and 10 for the Marauders. Just underway here in the 4th quarter. Just ticks away in the 4th quarter as Mingus leads 38-0.
Yeah, and I'd like to go ahead and praise our defense right now. They got a total of 7 sacks on the night, totaling 63 sack yards.
Yep.
That's we haven't had that so far this year. That's great. Boost that confidence for that defensive line and the linebackers, bringing that pressure.
Zabala sends Nelson in motion. They hand it off to Fanning. Fanning gets ridden to the ground after 1.
Yeah, I'd say, and that was the big number 88. Ashton for the Vols, bringing him to the ground. Score maybe a little out of hand for Lee Williams, but they got guys playing hard up front. Really all the way around. You can tell the effort's still there. They want to put some points on the board before the night's over.
Contreras and Mestis on the far side. They pitch to Nelson. Nelson cuts in, cuts outside. Still on his feet, kind of, sort of. Leans forward and will pick up decent yardage. Give him 9 on the carry with the outside pitch. Decent blocking out there, and he just kind of juked and jived and leaned his way forward. He is elusive.
Yeah.
Let's see if he kept his towel the whole way. He almost did.
Yeah, he almost. It looks like a couple guys were hitting at the ball. It looked like the ball almost came loose, but good job of Nelson holding on tight and also keeping that towel.
3rd and 6. Mingus in a spread situation. 3 receivers to the near side. Quarterback Zabala takes, throws, has a man, and breaking a tackle, heading toward the end zone is Blanaris, and he drops the ball. It pops out, and it is going to be Volunteers' ball. And getting the ball is Joel Muniz for the Volunteers. Blanaris had the ball going into the end zone, and it just pops out as he gets about 20 rack yards, and number 10 just knocks the ball out from him, and that's going to look bad on film.
Yeah, you got Blanaris was kind of running out of room there. 2 defenders on the inside of him, and he, to his credit, he was trying to get into the end zone, make something happen there, put some more points on the board for Mingus. But a great play by one of the Vols defenders, just stripping that ball out of there, and they get a turnover. And maybe that's what they needed to get their offense going. Although they are backed up on their own territory, and I know Coach Dixon's going to bring the pressure here.
Quarterback just runs it out, and actually they switched out quarterbacks. This is Enzo Marino with the run, playing quarterback out there, and gives them a little bit of breathing room out to their own 5-yard line. So 2nd and 8 from their own 5. 9:44 left to go, 4th quarter. Mingus leading 38-0.
You think he's got any relation to Dan Marino?
Let's see him throwing. Let's see if it's a southpaw, right?
Right.
There we go. So Mingus, an unfortunate event, becomes an opportunity for the Volunteers in a stop, but quarterback running back right next to him on his left, still in the end zone, just barely in the end zone. There's the step. They hand off. He takes a cuts up front, and getting a hold of him is Thurman. Thurman's going to come back out.
Yeah.
And he gets the tackle. Great job.
Yeah.
3rd and 7 now from the 6.
Yeah, a guard was pulling right there, right up the hole, and Thurman, great job avoiding the block and making the tackle. This gives the Vols a little bit of room to work with. I want to see this guy throw. I want to see him throw it to see if he is related to Dan Marino, see if he's got an arm on him.
That big tight end is the 3rd receiver, slot receiver on the far side. See who matches up with him. Quarterback looking to throw. They throw to the near side, far side, and may not be enough for a first down as Mingus lets him throw it underneath, and number 12 with the reception, and that is going to be Cameron Ott with his first reception. But it is enough for a first down. They do move the chains with the ball in the spot at the 13-yard line.
I knew this guy could sling it. I knew it. Excellent job by the receiver, knowing where he had to go, got to the sticks, picked up the first down. And, that's, positive for the Vols. Their last 4 drives, they've been going backwards. They pick up a first down here, and they got a little bit of momentum.
Spread formation again. Quarterback throws to the near side, has a man, cuts up underneath. He's got one man to beat. Mingus able to contain it and bring it down at the 38-yard line. Kendra Streck running it down from behind. Hunter Sturgill got away and slithered downfield for almost 30.
Yeah, excellent job making the catch, just turning upfield, getting positive yardage after the catch. Really a touchdown saving tackle from the Mingus secondary. And the Vols got something going here.
33 unanswered yards. No, that doesn't work. But 2 pass plays back-to-back here for 33 yards here by the quarterback, Marino. Marino looking to throw near side, overthrows this time, and it was double, maybe even triple
Yeah,
covered.
I saw a third guy sneaking in there, just trying to thread the needle. Feeling good after those first 2 passes, and then try to go a little Aaron Rodgers right there.
Yeah, that is dangerous, is it not?
Yeah.
Sturgill, that was his first reception, by the way, in the game. And so far, passing yards starting to do okay. 62 passing yards in the game here for the Volunteers. Empty backfield. That big tight end, second slot receiver this time. Quarterback's looking to run, finds a hole up field, and scampers across the 50, and they'll take him down right at about the 50, but enough for a first down. They're going to mark him at the 49-yard line, and the Volunteers drive their way into Mingus Marauder territory, trying to get the goose egg off the board, trailing 38-0 with 7:35 left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, it's the
second half, sorry.
First time we've seen Marino take off with it, and he's got some speed. I wasn't expecting him to turn that corner like that. He lowers his shoulder, picks up the first down, and he's leading this Lee Williams Volunteers on a nice drive.
Well, the Mingus Marauders had to respect his throwing because he completed 2 in a row and literally. And threw a third. So once you start moving the ball like that, then it opens the run. Empty backfield again. 3 receivers, far side, 2 near side. Quarterback takes the snap, looking to throw, throws to the near side. It is caught and thrown down at about the 40-yard line. And Sturgill again with the catch, and then the flag comes up afterward. And extracurricular verbal, maybe, I don't know. 7-11 on the board.
Yeah, no, that was number 26 for Mingus with the tackle after they got up. A little extracurricular activity, pushing and shoving. The second man is always the one who gets caught, though.
It was a great tackle up here at the 40. Threw him down a little bit more of a windmill, and there was a little heated exchange there.
Yeah, the receiver Sturgill for the Vols, he wasn't happy getting thrown down like that. I'm sure he popped up. Didn't have such nice words for.
Asked for his address for the Christmas card.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Let's go with the Christmas card. 8th penalty for the Mingus Marauders sets up the Volunteers inside, right at the 25-yard line. Deepest drive for the Volunteers. Quarterback throws into triple coverage and overthrown. Link went up for it and didn't quite get high enough.
Yeah, we do have a flag on the play. Not sure what the call is. The ref looking over at Mingus side of the ball. Good coverage from the secondary on that play. Marino tries to go back into triple coverage. He's not shy. He wants those completions.
And the umpire is going to be going against the Mingus Marauders, and they're going to walk off another 10 yards.
It looks like the call was defensive holding.
Yeah, defensive holding maybe on a receiver.
Yeah.
And it's an automatic first down as the Volunteers visit the red zone for the first time with the ball on the 15-yard line. 6:39 left to go. Mingus trying to protect the shutout.
Yeah, coming to line up for the ball. And we got some Mingus players fixing each other's pads. And the Vols are lined up for the play, but the whistle blows, and now we're back on.
Ball is set. Volunteers, empty backfield once again. It's been working on the drive. Marino, the quarterback, takes the snap. Decent snap. Looks to throw. Does a pump fake. Throws into the back of the end zone. Had him for a second and overthrew him.
He did have him.
2nd and 10 for the Volunteers here from the 15-yard line. Now, in the second half here, Marino is now 3 for 5 throwing the ball on this drive, 42 yards. Not a bad drive for the
No,
young man.
and he's getting good snaps from his center. He's getting good protection. They're giving him time to throw, and he's finding his receivers.
One receiver to the far side of the field. This big tight end to the near side. 2 backs in the backfield. And we're going to have an offside and encroachment for the Mingus Marauders, trying to get into the backfield a little too quick, and that'll be another 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
Mingus starting to load up these penalties. That is now the 10th penalty for the Mingus Marauders for 90 yards.
Thank you.
It is 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line now. And Volunteers set up. Look at this tight formation now. 2 backs in the backfield. Tight end on the right-hand side. There's the snap. Quarterback's looking to run. Then he throws. What was the jump and throw?
That looked like the old Tim Tebow play.
Holy cow.
Fake the run up the middle, jump, and I hope there's someone there to catch it. I don't know who he was throwing to.
Throwing to the big tight end. He was throwing to the biggest guy on the field.
Yeah. No, I remember as a playing, you're in this position on the defensive end. Coaches are saying they want that shutout. You talked before the game. Hey, every time you go out there, you want to shut the opponent out. Mingus, kind of at risk of losing that right here. They really got to step up.
3 receivers to the far side. Throw it to the outside. It should be enough for a first down. And it looks like 24. Colby Fanning was on the coverage, and the reception made by Kay Jules, the sophomore.
Yeah, and Jackie, I would like to give a score update here. We got Flagstaff at Cortez. This game is final now. Flagstaff wins 62-0.
Doof.
Yeah, big win for them. Anytime you put 62 points up on the board, you're doing something right.
Well, 1st and goal from the 3. The Volunteers trying to put their first points on the board, and the quarterback keeper left-hand side. He'll get a little, not enough. Down to about the 1.5-yard line. 2nd and goal. And the 0 on the board still remains with 5:47 left to go in the game. 4th quarter action.
Yeah, this is I'm looking forward to these next, this is obviously 4-down territory. Looking forward to these next 3 plays here because Mingus trying to keep that shutout. Vols looking to, they don't want to be shut out. Nobody ever wants to get shut out. These are going to be some tough plays right here. Both sides, I know we're going to get good push up front from the offensive line and the defensive line. Marino's probably going to scamper around back there and try to make a play by himself.
He's got 1 back in the backfield this time with him. Instead of an empty backfield, there's the snap. He shows the ball, and he'll get tackled. A big sack out there. Griffin gets in there. Zabota gets in there. And not exactly sure who he was handing the ball to or showing the ball. He was just showing the ball to the defense.
Okay, come get me. And they did.
7-yard sack. 8th sack in the game as Mingus has 70 sack yards.
That's a lot of sack yards.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where that was going, and it brings up a 3rd and goal now from the 10-yard line, which starts, changes the playbook for sure for the Volunteers. Empty backfield for Marino. 4:30 left to go, 4th quarter action. There's the snap. Looking to throw. Throws to the near side. It's picked off. Venezuela takes a knee.
Yeah.
And there is a penalty flag down on the field. He intercepted one last week in the end zone.
Yeah.
Almost ran it out, but he learned this time.
Yeah.
Didn't run this one out. And we're going to see who the penalty. Oh my goodness! And the quarterback is still on the field. And not well. Took a shot when he released it.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a defensive holding against Mingus, an automatic first down. Quarterback throws the ball, gets hit. Looked like the defensive player literally was crawling into him when he got hit and released the ball. So the holding against the defense is going to put the ball down, 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. And the Volunteers will have another shot. We're going to take a break out on the field as they attend to Marino. And hopefully he's going to be able to pop up here real quickly. We'll return to Mingus Union High School after this.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, Mingus still hanging on to the shutout, 38-0, 4:20 left to go. Fourth quarter action, and the quarterback Marino coming off the field. They do have him up.
Yeah, he's being helped off by two medical personnel for Lee Williams, and he's not putting any pressure on that left leg. Hopefully it's nothing serious, and he'll be back next week. But again, we never like to see anybody go down. You know, especially this early in the season. You know, a lot of games left to play. I know he came in and he was leading a good drive for the Lee Williams offense.
Well, the starting quarterback comes back in. Another junior, Herrera, comes back in. So he will go into a spread formation. The ball is third and goal. Interesting. Third and goal from the 5. Herrera drops back, looks to throw, throws, and off the fingertips, had it for a potential touchdown. Was Cameron Ott. Had it. I think he was running for the touchdown before he actually had it.
Those are the ones you're so wide open, and you know, you kind of, it's just you and the ball, and sometimes it doesn't always work out. But you know, if he catches that, it's a definite score for the Vols.
When things aren't going your way, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You know, they'll have one more shot at it here.
Fourth and goal. One man in the backfield here with the quarterback. 3 receivers, including the big tight end to the right-hand side. Herrera scrambles, has to cut up underneath, finds a lane. He's got a man to beat on the outside, and a great open field tackle by Nelson.
Yeah.
Will cut him down at about the 7-yard line. A 2-yard loss, so it'll go for a sack. And the Mingus Brothers get the ball back.
Huge play from Nelson, securing, you know, what looks to be, you know, continue. The shutout keeps standing here at the Cave, and I would like to give another score update if I can, Jackie.
Okay, if you must.
We got this is in the fourth quarter now. Marcos Deniza is up 16-11 against Bradshaw Mountain, so a tight one there.
Holy
yeah.
cow. That's been a couple of them.
Yeah.
Mingus, man in motion, cutting to the far side, going over tackle for maybe a little. Give him 1. Nelson on the run.
Yeah, we're more than likely going to see probably 3 run plays in a row here from Mingus. Just let that clock run out.
Clock is your friend.
Yeah.
3:42 and counting, fourth quarter action. We're going to have all the highlights and all the stats for you coming up in the Kettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show. Coming up just about 3.5 minutes away from now. If Mingus can get a first down, keep the clock rolling. And Zabala's going to stand out there. And, oh, wait, no, it's time to take the snap. He does take the snap. Hands it to the first back through, second back through. No, Zabala's going to keep it himself. Going downfield and then going down. Gave himself up. And a great run out there as the Volunteers were ball hacking, and that helped with the lack of tackling. And they first down, a huge run, biggest run from the line of scrimmage for the Mingus Marauder Jr. quarterback, and he moves the chains.
Yeah, usually Zabala handing that one off there, decides to keep it and gets a great run, a good downfield blocking from the Mingus wide receivers. And now the ball moves up to the 33-yard line.
21 yards on the carry. And Mingus will have a man in motion. They'll give it to Nelson. Nelson trying to get to the outside, and it goes down without much of a struggle. He'll lose one. And that'll bring up 2nd and 11, but most importantly keeps the clock rolling with 2.5 minutes left to go out here. And Nelson has been a workhorse here tonight. 19 carries for the young man. Tyler Kelly, we haven't seen him carry but a couple of times here in the second half. has an opportunity, if he gets the ball back, to maybe get to 100 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Zabala taking his time out there. Checks the clock. Takes the snap, hands it off. Coming up the middle is going to be Colby Fanning. Takes on a blocker and runs right into another blocker and gives him 7 yards on the carry. Actually, 8 yards on the carry, bringing up a 3rd and a manageable for the Mingus Marauders. 3rd and 2 from their own 42 with 1:48 left to go.
I love when Fanning gets in there. He runs hard. He stays low. Shoulder pads are low. He's tough to see in the hole. And then when you finally do see him, you run up to make the tackle. You better get low or else you're going to take a hit.
Yeah, he's definitely looking to tackle you while he's running, huh?
Yeah.
3rd and 2 for the Mingus Marauders. A first down seals their first victory of the year. Quarterback out of shotgun, standing, waiting. There's the snap. They hand it off near side. Nelson getting the corners, got the first down, and goes down. Well, they gain him about 6, but it moves the chains, and Mingus should be able to run out the clock at this point and collect and gather up their first victory of the year. Line of scrimmage, their own 48-yard line, and the team in red at home in front of the home crowd with 1:05 left to go in the game, pitching the shutout.
Yeah, it looks like Marauders are going to line up here in the victory formation, best formation in football. The ball is just going to take a knee here. It's nice coming back home. You start out, struggling. Always good to come home to your home crowd and feed off the energy here. And they did just that. And they pitched the shutout. Offense looked good. Defense looked good. Coach has got to be happy with this game tonight.
Zabala takes the knee and starts the clock. He'll have to do it one more time out here today. And Mingus will go to 1-3 on the season. The visiting Lee Williams Volunteers will go to 3-1 on the season. Most importantly, Mingus will go to 1-0 in the region, which will put them at a tie with Flagstaff, who already has a victory over Mojave, 18-7. Speaking of which, next week we're on the road. It's a long road. You and I have to leave really early.
You mean I got to be in the car with you for that long? Oh, jeez.
I told you there were definitely issues to this job. I told you to consider it. You shouldn't have signed the contract so early.
No.
That's the end of the game. The cannon goes off. The Mingus Marauders victorious over the Volunteers 38-0, and they will tie or go to the top and tie Flagstaff at 1-0 in the region here tonight. Great game for the Mingus Marauders. We're going to take a break, getting into our High Desert Mechanical Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Heating post-game report coming up right after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
City.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes. Hey, it's Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Welcome to the post-game report, brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialists online at GettlesHDM.com. Stick around for the game recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now, let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Jackie Bessler and Carson Sandoval.
Mingus Marauders victorious here tonight. I'm keeping that.
I love it. It's great.
This is going to be my new luck charm, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. By the way, no superstitions. Mingus Marauder coaches switched out coaches' shirts for this game.
Oh, and if I can cut you off, Jackie, thanks for not kicking me off. I know we had a discussion after last game. The 0-3 start might have been my fault.
Everybody's looking at changes, right?
Yeah.
What's different? What's different from last year? What's going on here? You check the color of your briefs, your socks, which pair of socks you're wearing. Got to do it all, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the first half, Mingus scores 26 points in the first half. Kelly with a rushing touchdown. Taylor had a receiving touchdown in the first half. And, of course, Nelson also was able to score not once but twice in the first half. In the second half, well, Nelson does it again. In fact, it starts in the third quarter, and Nelson does it on special teams. A 45-yard punt return for the Mingus Marauders, punting out of the his own end zone. The Volunteers takes it at the 45-yard line, comes to the near hash, gets a block, cuts underneath, and then looking for other blocks downfield, gets a great one downfield, and then able to scamper into the end zone right-hand side for the special teams touchdown of 45 yards. The 2-point conversion attempt, no good once again for the Mingus Marauders. Third quarter action, still 1:02 left to go, and this one, a 28-yard dash for Nelson's fourth touchdown of the game. Gets great blocks, cuts in, one man to beat. He's unable to catch him, slides off him at the end of the play, and Nelson scores 4 touchdowns in a game which is absolutely fantastic. You knew he could break it away, and Kelly had one, and Taylor had one on the game. So Mingus offensively, you know what, did certainly enough to win, and probably let off the accelerator a little bit here in the second half.
Yeah, Coach Young, though, put looks like maybe a couple second stringers, third stringers in there, respectively. For the other team, you never want to run up a score on anybody. That's never a good look. But I'd say the worst thing that happened tonight was that injury to Taylor, and we know he tweaked his knee. We're not sure of how severe it is. We're hoping he'll be back next week. He's going to get rehab at the trainer's office, and hopefully it's nothing too serious, because that would be a huge loss.
Well, the coaching assistants and the team managers were saying that he was walking on it. He was limping. Of course he's limping. He's had like frozen ice on his knee for the last half hour.
Yeah.
I can't feel it. I don't know where my leg is, so I would be limping too. We're going to take a break here in the Ghetto's High Desert Mechanical Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Heating post-game report. When we come back, we're going to take a look at individual stats, and we're going to have to put together our players of the game. We're coming back to the cave here at Mingus Union High School right after this.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
Well, Mingus Marauders go 1-0 in the Grand Canyon region, looking to pick up another victory. Well, you got to do this game by game.
Yeah.
At Mojave, on the road, Bullhead City. Next week, we're going to take the trip here for you, and of course, have all the action on KYBC AM 1600, 96.3 FM, and you can watch it on Verde Valley TV, which is Cable 1, Channel 2. No, Suddenlink Channel 2, Cable 1 Channel 56. I usually do that backwards. So make sure I got that straight. You can check out all the times for viewing at VerdeValleyTV.com. The Mingus Marauders victorious here tonight, put up their first shutout of the season, a 38-0 victory, and offensively, defensively, just fantastic. Looked fantastic on film out here.
Yeah, it's got the shutout. It's hard to shut out anybody.
It is.
You know, to shut somebody out and not have any takeaways is huge. That means your defense is coming up just getting a lot of 3-and-outs. You know, they had a big stop at the end of the game. Looked like the Volunteers could have punched it in, but defense held their ground, got a stop, and held that shutout. And if you don't mind, I'd like to give the defensive players of the night to our sack crew.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
And there was quite a few of them. We had
Nelson had two. Nelson had two. Clay Griffin had 2 sacks here. Ethan Hayden had 2 sacks. Streck had a sack. Steffens had a sack from the nose guard position. So a sack crew of 8 sacks in the game for the Mingus Marauders. Over 70 yards of sacks totally defensively here for Mingus. Before we go into the offensive player of the game, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats. Let's glance at the Mingus Marauders offensively here tonight. Quarterback for Mingus, Zabala, had a very efficient, wonderful night. Best performance of the season so far, going 12 for 17, 208 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. And on the ground, Nelson with 20 carries, 129 yards, 4 touchdowns for the Mingus Marauders. Rounding out the other 263 yards on the ground, Zabala ends up with 7 carries for 31 yards. Colby Fanning, 3 carries, 17 yards out there for the young man. And the Mingus Marauders had quite a few yards on the ground. Chaz Taylor in 1/2 before he went out with the knee getting twisted a little bit. 4 receptions, 121 yards, and a touchdown for the Mingus Marauder Jr. Alex Nelson had a couple of receptions for 13 yards. Tyler Kelly had 1 for 10. And Kendrew Streck had 3 receptions for 41 yards out there for the Mingus Marauders. A lot of yardage altogether, 471 yards of offense for the Mingus Marauders, and that's going to certainly look good as for the stats for the Mingus Marauders. For the Lee Williams Volunteers, you know what? They had to throw the ball, couldn't run the ball. End up with 111 yards in the air, almost, well, better than 2/3 of that in the final drive of this particular game. Marino, hope that young man comes back for next game, next week. He got helped off the field as it looked like he got hit low while he was throwing the ball. He went 4 for 7 in the drive that he was the quarterback, 49 yards. And favorite target for the night, the big tight end, 200 pounds, Ashton, 6'3", 2 receptions, 44 yards on the game. Mingus holds this Lee Williams team to negative 36 rushing yards, 75 yards total. So last year, Mingus held Lee Williams to 93 yards total. They actually better it this year, keeping Lee Williams to 75 yards. Lee Williams goes 3-1. Mingus goes 1-3. And now that we've gone through the stats, which number 10 are you going to pick for offensive player of the game?
Oh, maybe Nelson?
Okay, I'll go with that one. Alex Nelson, obviously, 4 touchdowns, and one of them actually special teams, right?
Yeah.
The 45-yard punt return for a touchdown. So does he get an extra sticker for his award?
He'd probably get a few stickers on Monday, maybe a couple T-shirts, hard-hit T-shirts. He was all over the field tonight. Not just offensively, but like you said, special teams, defense making some big plays on defense. He actually had a forced fumble earlier in the game. All over the place. I thought his energy tonight brought everybody else's energy up, and you could tell there was Mingus was playing with a sense of urgency. They were flying to the ball on defense. The offensive line was moving their man in front of them back It was a good football game to watch if you were a Mingus Marauder fan.
Certainly so, and we got another good one coming up for you next Friday night. We'll be on the road at Mojave as we close out our Ghetto's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing post-game report. I want to thank Lacey Saravo keeping us on the air back at the radio station. Our crew out here today, Abby Kwiatkowski, Joey Kwiatkowski, Nick Yatsenko with the field camera, John Stabe, and of course our producer Ryan Nichols in the van as well. Want to bid everybody a fantastic evening, or if you're watching on Verde Valley TV, a fantastic whatever time it might be to you. Go to verdevalleytv.com for times for your replay of Mingus Marauder football. Till then, we'll talk to you next Friday night.
This has been the post-game report, brought to you by Gettle's High Desert Mechanical, heating, AC, and plumbing specialists. Online at GettlesHDM.com. We'll return next week for exciting Mingus Marauder football action on AM 1600 and 96.3 FM KYBC. Online at MyRadioPlace.com or Verde Valley TV Cable 1 Channel 56 Suddenlink Channel 2.
Do you want to make more money? Do you need business solutions at work? Grow your business with as little as $5 a day. Control your message branding. Be an innovator. Engage your customers. Reach new consumers and clients. Join the successful marketing campaigns at Verde Valley TV. We are here for you. Let us build your marketplace presence. Call Helen Gibson today at 928-634-2286. Verde Valley TV, affordable advertising with one quick call.